Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
BoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Gennady Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
It's the champ, baby. We are back. Another weekend of boxing, another weekend recap to discuss. Got a lot of headlines and some actual boxing results. Interesting things to talk about with our crew. You know the number 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 if you want to voice your opinion. We're going to be discussing Tom Loeffler, the promoter of Gennady Golovkin, stating that Canelo Alvarez would make more money than he did versus Floyd Mayweather by fighting Triple G in September. Then our second topic is obviously Triple G again. Yes, that's right, because allegedly Billy Joe Saunders took to his social media and said, you know, Golovkin lost his pen. He's done waiting. He's moving on. But then we have to revisit that same topic because his promoter is saying, hey, wait a minute, we're not going anywhere. But Miguel Cotto is back. And the name that is rumored, you would be shocked. So stick around for the details of that. Our interview with Mikey Garcia must have led to some drama because Vasil Lomachenko has issued an offer and looks like Garcia has accepted, in the media anyway. Nothing finalized. Then, like I said, we will be covering the Golden Boy ESPN show and the Marco Huck versus Meredith Britis, all in. So let's just get to our co-hosts. Obviously, we're going to go out to BoxingMD. BoxingMD, what's going on, brother? I know you want to sit in on this. We're going to head on over to the Sunshine State. BoxingMD, what's going on?
Is that a fair statement to make? You have to be honest with yourself. A pretty thin weekend in boxing, but not a thin weekend as far as headlines go. And I guess the first headline about the Floyd Mayweather, I don't think it's that controversial of a statement to make because at the time Canelo was still growing and Floyd Mayweather notoriously, it's a fact. If you look at the percentages wise, right? Look at the percentages. He does not pay fighters close to anywhere as much as anybody else. He lowballs them. And a lot of that's because of the opportunity to fight him. And people take the opportunity because they wanted to dethrone Floyd Mayweather. But I don't know what's up with Billy Joe Saunders. It's interesting to hear what you guys say about that. And I don't want to see Miguel Cotto in a ring, but I mean, I just hope people, if he ever fights on pay-per-view again, based his level of opposition that I think he's going to fight, I just hope that his fans don't give him more money because that's all he's doing right now. And like Ness mentioned before, I can't wait for the potential of Mikey Garcia versus Vasil Lomachenko.
My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather.
Gennady Productions.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
BoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout.
When the main thing is, I just hope the guy, I wish.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yes. TBV back on another Sunday edition. We obviously had the Marco Huck, Maurice Briedis fight. We also had the Antonio Roscoe, Keandre Gibson fight this last Saturday. But because those aren't the biggest news and the biggest headlines, we have more of the Gennady Golovkin, Canelo saga. And the comparison to Floyd Mayweather and the Floyd Mayweather fight with Canelo, I agree with MD on the point that it's an apt comparison or that you can compare the two. And Loeffler had something to it. You know, Loeffler's not necessarily wrong with what he said. And plus all the other headlines we're going to get into. It's going to be a good show.
Check him out, MD, kind of clearing himself from the other headlines. He's like, oh, yeah, you know, we got Huck, we got the Roscoe.
I'd say the problem is, like, listen, those fights happened, but I mean, like, the Huck fight was not good, right? It was not a great fight, and I don't think that we got anything much out of it. We saw that. We could talk more about that later, but I'm not. This is not the coming up party for Bradis. Like we both expected, because I thought Bradis was maybe you thought he was better than I did, but I don't think he looked good. But we'll get to that. There wasn't much boxing this weekend, so we have to address these rules, these rumors that have an impact on the entire sport of boxing. So I see both sides. I see both sides, Matt, but it is what it is, right?
I didn't mean it as like a slight to the bigger news of the weekend instead of the fights. I didn't mean it as a slight to the quote unquote sexy news, as Ness likes to say. I just wanted to make light of the fights that were on this weekend because nobody else did.
Well, let's talk about the news. I mean, we kind of spoke about it in the synopsis of the show, right? Tom Loeffler's coming out. He's saying basically that this is a bigger fight. There's more money involved, and Canelo would receive more. So, Matt, what are the facts? How much did Canelo actually receive versus Floyd Mayweather, since that's the one that they're using?
The guaranteed purse, it was $5 million. Does not include pay-per-view upside, but again, those numbers are never reported with any facts. So the guaranteed purse was $5 million.
MD, before you jump all on that sounds extremely low.
Well, no, because they give him points. They give him points, and that did 2.2 million pay-per-view buys. And the lowest number that I heard was 12. The highest I heard was 14. Those are the speculative numbers, right? Yes. So I'm okay with figuring those numbers, because that was a huge paper. Sometimes when you go pay-per-view upside, you assume if it does 200,000 or 400,000 or 500,000, they're going to get X percentage. Hell no. Typically the pay-per-view upside is if you get over this amount of money, it's so profitable that we're going to cut you off a piece of the profit. So that's what happened with Canelo. That did 2.2 million pay-per-view buys. The kid, he was only a kid, made over $10 million that fight. But he made less than $20 million. So let's just, for this argument's sake, say he made $14 million. Of course he's going to get more than $14 million against Golovkin, because he's the A side over Golovkin. And if it does, in fact, I probably thought he made more money against Miguel Cotto over after the pay-per-view than he did against Floyd Mayweather. We don't know these numbers. But again, like I said, Floyd Mayweather doesn't pay opponents. I mean, Danny Jacobs got almost as much money than Marcus Maidana did. Let's figure that.
Well, he got more, right? Maidana allegedly for the second fight only got 1.5, but he did allegedly get 1.5 to not wear the gloves that he wanted. But the initial 5, though, that doesn't seem low. I mean, you're facing Money Mayweather, you're Canelo Alvarez. Look at what the numbers did. Obviously, they knew back then he was a star. That's why Floyd chose him. Don't you think $5 million for
Ness. You have to look at percentages, though. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem, I think, when you look at Floyd Mayweather, right? His name. It's his name. And you could argue then, oh, okay, so Floyd Mayweather versus you would do X amount of pay-per-view buys. That's not necessarily true. But if you look at the percentages, right? If Floyd Mayweather is making what, $80 million in a fight, and he gives somebody $5 million, yes, that's like less than 10%. Do you understand?
Just for the facts, just with the facts, Floyd Mayweather's guarantee in that fight was $41.5 million.
Yeah, so Ness, that's essentially it's like just based on the guarantee, it's like an 80-something to like 12 split. Do you get what I'm saying? No, when someone picture this, when someone like Daniel Jacobs was asking for a 40% split against Golovkin, just put that in perspective, and you understand where boxing.
It's in perspective because he did not receive it. He did not receive it. Trying to negotiate.
He got pretty damn close to that if you look at the numbers that were guaranteed by both fighters.
Right, but he still didn't get what he wanted.
Okay, so he got in the 30s. Okay.
And you know, credit to his team for negotiating that. But what I'm trying to show is, with everything that Canelo was in 2013, as big as he was, the fight generated 2.2. It was the most grossing fight ever. It topped De La Hoya Mayweather. He still took, like you said, a 12%. Okay, so just let that seep in, BoxingMD, and everyone else that feels that the $10 million and the $15 million offer are bad offers.
That's if you're a fanboy, because I'm actually someone who understands economics. And I know when Floyd Mayweather fought, I don't know, what's his name? I don't know, Victor Ortiz. What do the pay-per-view sales do there? 1 million? 1.2 million? Right?
You would have to ask Matt to look that.
Yeah, Matt, like you remember these numbers kind of like he did like, over 1 million, maybe let's just say 1.3 million. Canelo with Floyd Mayweather put together increased the pay-per-view sales by about 1 million buys. So this idea of being privileged by Floyd Mayweather and to fight him and whatever the fuck, it really was a sickening bargaining technique that you use in any other business, at aspect. Floyd Mayweather was doing anything worse than what people think Donald Trump ever did as a business in a business meeting. Let's keep it real, right? Floyd Mayweather was a cruel businessman. But again, you could argue that it made Canelo where he is today.
But I don't
Let's get back to the topic. Let's get back to the topic, because we're not talking about Mayweather.
I'm just educating people on Ness's misinformation about Canelo being handsomely paid for that opportunity.
No, that's not what you see. It's so over your head. Like you so desperately are trying to nail me to something. No,
there's nothing over my head. I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to say. You're saying like, oh, but like you're saying that he didn't get paid. So just picture it that way. He got 12 million and let's move on. Okay, fine. Let's move on.
That's not what I'm saying.
All
what
right.
I'm saying is you and I obviously agree Canelo was underpaid. You and I obviously agree his percentage was low. You did the math and said it's somewhere around 12%. Can we agree?
And I did the math, by the way. It is actually like almost exactly 12%.
All right. So my point is, Matthew.
That was the Ness, not you.
My point is, Matthew, that it's a low number, and he took it. Even though the world, knew what sort of a brand Saul Canelo Alvarez was back then, so much so that, like MD made light of, it doubled in pay-per-view. It did 1 million more. Him knowing that, obviously his promoter knowing that, obviously Mayweather knowing that, he still only gave him 12%. And we didn't see Canelo in the public or in the media saying, oh, Mayweather's being tough. Mayweather's being a girl. He's ducking. He doesn't want to fight. They're negotiating hard. No, he took the low number and used the bigger name to become a star. Am I seeing something wrong? Or
he took the gloves. He took the gloves. He took the gloves. He took the weight restrictions. I mean, listen, Ness, I'm just consistent. I don't like this shit. I don't like when you have to bend over on the side of a park bench and get fucked in the ass to fight somebody who has a bigger name than you. This is a sport. It should be fair. The same argument you make about Keith Thurman with his 2 belts, he should be entitled to fight. The same argument you make that Daniel Jacobs should be compensated for his belt. This is not the argument you're making at all. So you contradict yourself consistently, and you have to have some consistency when you bring this up. That's where I'm coming from.
MD, what's consistent is that this is synonymous with boxing. The A side dictates what is going to happen in the fight. So I am being consistent. The one that, and look, I'm the optimistic one on the panel too, but you're the one wishing on a star. You're the one wishing that Triple G gets this amazing deal and he can fight Canelo in a fight where he beats him and he rides off into the sunset.
That's not correct.
But that's not what's going to happen.
That's not correct. I think that we have to
fight. If he wants to fight, he has to do what every other B side has done historically. And that is bend.
That's not historically. No, there's differences. There's historically or what? I mean, historically, there was no drug testing. Historically, there was no regulations of.
Historically, Mayweather had to move up and take the gloves of Oscar De La Hoya's choosing. He had to move up out of his division to fight the cash cow. Stop it. It's historical.
So the second that, okay, Ness, the second that you win a big fight, you should be able to, this is the problem I have. I get what you're saying, right? And we can move on because this is an endless topic conversation. I get the A side dictates terms. The dictating of the terms should be a financial terms, period, right? It should not be gloves, weight classes, commissions, drug testing. It's a fucking sport. You have no chance to win. Like, listen, Floyd Mayweather is a great fighter. But let's keep it real. You had to fight the man. You had to fight the commission. You had to fight the team that made the. I mean, it's bullshit, right? Argue the money and then make it a sport. Because if this needs to be a sport, like we all want it to be, right? Because it's a business and a sport, but sometimes the business outweighs the sport. The A side, B side should dictate the pay-per-view cuts, the finances, and that's it.
Listen, I agree. I am with you. Even though it's going to fall on deaf ears, and I'm not talking about yours, I mean the general public listening, I agree that things are broken and they need to be fixed, and the way that they're doing it is wrong. Ideally, believe it or not, I would like one champion and every number one contender get his opportunity regardless of fame, popularity, based on clearly ranking. If you're the new number one contender, you get a shot. Simple as that. But that's not the way it is right now. It's just not the way it is. That's why in one of our topics, we're going to be talking about a guy a division above who's, you know, basically looking for a big fight, even a division below, even a division above. Yeah. You know,
I just want you to be equally as angry when Keith Thurman's not given a Manny Pacquiao shot, which as I am, when the A side chooses not to give a deserving opponent a shot, when it's the same thing with another guy like a Canelo or like a Floyd Mayweather, because you personally you personally like Keith Thurman. I have no problem with that. I do too. And you see firsthand when you have a liking for somebody that it's fucked up the degree in which the A side dictates fights that you literally have to bend over to get a shot. That's kind of what I'm saying. So
see, you're trying to use something I said to benefit you, but no, it's not the same, right? The only thing that I am giving Keith Thurman, like what he's entitled to, Matt, is to call out Manny Pacquiao because he has 2 titles. Because for a long time, everyone called out Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, and it was always like, yo, everybody's doing that. What have you done? But now to have 2 belts, and the only other big name—
Is Terrence Crawford a ducker? Is Terrence Crawford a ducker?
Where are we going? He's fighting Diaz. I mean, he has a—
Terrence Crawford a ducker. Did he duck Pacquiao? Because I heard that he was offered $4 million, right?
I don't think he's a ducker because he's not even in that division. How could you?
But he was offered $4 million, right, Ness?
And so
that's more money than he's ever made in his entire life, probably 4 times.
So did Danny Garcia, allegedly. I mean, isn't that what you say about Golovkin? See, you want me to be consistent, but look at what you allowed yourself to do. You dug a hole. Let me finish.
Not true, because I never called him a ducker. I never called him a ducker.
Let me finish. You can hear it. You dug yourself a hole. You're saying now that a man who isn't in a division as Pacquiao can be called a ducker, but then when Gennady gets called a ducker for ducking Andre Ward, you say, how could you duck a man that's not in your division?
Incorrect, because that would assume that I called him a ducker, which I never did. So you're wrong.
You brought up Crawford. We're talking Thurman.
I asked you, did you consider him a ducker? I never said he was a ducker.
All right, okay? Moving on. I said
over your head, Ness. I'm consistent. You're not. Moving on.
Moving on. I said no. I could have sworn I said no.
Well, I asked you. That's it. You said no. Okay.
I mean, what you wanted me to do was not make my point about Thurman and how your analogy was horrible. Thurman has 2 titles. Pacquiao has 1. He has a reason to call him out, but he's still not the A side.
Golovkin has 3.
He's still not the A side.
Golovkin has 3.
Are you listening to me though? Even though Keith has he can feel entitled to call him out because he has 2 belts and it's going to unify something. He's not the A side. Simple. Billy Joe Saunders, he's also moving on. Another man feeling the frustrations, which is all trickling down from our top topic, right? Oscar De La Hoya really trying to dictate what's going on. In the previous story by ESPN Deportes, Tom Loeffler says that he's really staying in touch with Eric Gomez so much as far as last Thursday. So I don't know if Oscar has a lot to do with Billy Joe Saunders now saying that he doesn't even want the Golovkin fight. He's claiming Golovkin has lost his pen. What are your guys' thoughts on, Billy Joe Saunders now backing out of this June Kazakhstan fight?
Let me say one thing. Let me just say one thing because I do have to step away. I will be back. So I didn't get emotional. I'm not ducking anybody. I just have to step away for a second. Emergency. I think then, right? Then it's like you expect Billy Joe Saunders to this is I'm being consistent. Like I just have to be consistent. That's what I am consistent. If you listen to what I'm saying, you're saying now Billy Joe. Like if you are now saying that Billy Joe Saunders is his terms or these terms are unacceptable or these terms are unacceptable, and Golovkin should say Canelo's term. All I'm saying is that at this point, the Canelo fight needs to happen. Golovkin should take short money because there's no other fights there out for him. Because Billy Joe Saunders is difficult to negotiate with, and it seems like that whatever's fair or not fair, that the pay-per-view failed. So for Golovkin's perspective, you have to take it. That's it. But I'm also consistent to say that it's fucked up when you look at the percentages. But anyways, I do have to step away. My thoughts are a little jumbled.
Yeah, because I'm feeling like I thought Billy Joe pulled out of this one due to frustrations that Golovkin has not yet made it official. Matt, am I mistaken on this? I could have sworn he took to Twitter to air out the situation. He even put pictures, screenshots of his text messages with Tom Loeffler, right?
Yes, you are right. My thing is,
use the words "moving on."
Yes, he did use those words. Obviously, Triple G is, stuck between a rock and a hard place. You have the Canelo fight in September, which is being dangled in front of him, and reportedly the offers are now changing for that fight. They're now lower offers than originally before the Jacobs fight, and then you have this Kazakhstan fight with Billy Joe Saunders. But in all actuality, that Billy Joe Saunders isn't the money fight, isn't the legacy fight that Canelo Alvarez is. But it's probably an easier fight to make. Let's just be honest. We had Billy Joe Saunders in the media saying, I'll go to Kazakhstan. You pay me the money. I'll go to your home country and fight you. Like, I understand that, like, what MD said about Billy Joe Saunders being historically a very difficult person to negotiate with. That's pretty true.
Yeah, but I didn't understand that part because we seen and we kind of analyzed the iFilm London interview that Billy Joe Saunders did. You and I specifically, and he said, "Look, I want to fight Golovkin. I just want to. I want to be given my proper training camp. Don't lose your pen and try to give me 5-6 weeks to sign a major fight because this is a major fight. See, the thing is, they're treating him like you said, it's the carrot dangling, right? So he's the contingency plan. It's like, well, fuck it. Canelo doesn't go to us. We got Billy Joe. And Billy Joe's like, hell no. I'm no one's contingency plan.
He's their Jeff Horn in a way. Like, that's just the reality of it.
Damn.
He's their Jeff Horn with a WBO belt. Like, not saying that Billy Joe Saunders is a bum or he's untested. Like, Billy Joe Saunders beat Chris Eubank and Andy Lee. Like, that is impressive. I will give Billy Joe Saunders that credit, but we all know that he has no power.
He's not their first option. It's not a knock to call him Jeff Horn. That simply just dubs as he's not their first option.
Oh, hell yeah. And you could even make an argument that if Canelo Chavez weren't fighting and Chavez was just out there dangling with no fight, that he would even be their third option, that Chavez would be above Billy Joe Saunders. Because the money that he provides.
We know he's not even the third option. We just have seen. I've been seeing headlines about Ramirez now. I mean, for some reason, Bob Arum himself is coming out saying, "Oh, Ramirez, he would destroy Golovkin." You know what I mean? So for some reason, he's saying it. They're probably already texting like, "Yo, let's get this thing going. Let's get it started."
And I just, like I said, I don't know when we did this show. Maybe it was like a week ago. We're talking about this whole saga. What the options are. I don't think we're going to find anything out about Triple G till after the Canelo Chavez fight. Because Canelo's at A side completely. He's in complete control of the negotiations.
Listen, to be fair, I think Golovkin should not receive shit from anybody. He's doing what he needs to do. He's waiting around like the A side's puppy, but he needs to. He really needs to, because if he moves, then Oscar has another excuse to say why the fight isn't happening. You know what I mean? And I know that there's going to be frustrated fans to say, oh, but if he stays and then he doesn't get the fight, then what, Ness?
Then it's even more of a black mark on Canelo's career. Like, imagine Triple G has no fight lined up and he's in the crowd for Canelo Chavez.
It only makes it bigger, though, Matt. How many people thought Mayweather was ducking Pacquiao? How many?
Oh,
be honest.
Most people, I thought.
Exactly. Everywhere you went, in every water cooler, it was like, oh, yeah, come on, man. Now he want to do drug testing. Come on, man. Why he don't want to fight that boy? So I don't think it would damage either career. It's only going to build it up even more. Speaking of building up, are you ready? Are you ready to travel behind your legendary Puerto Rican fighter? Are you ready for this amazing, huge, I mean, this thing is gigantic. Can you believe it? Mexico, Puerto Rico. Yo, you ready for Brandon Rios versus Miguel Cotto? Yo, Brandon Rios versus Miguel Cotto is what's being talked about. Yo, Miguel Cotto deserves to be, and look, I swear, Cotto, look, this is radio. Don't take no offense, but you need to get smacked, okay? This is some bullshit already. He cannot be, like, why is every single Cotto opponent
awful? God awful.
No, but it's a welterweight, though. It's like, oh, yeah, Bradley. Oh, yeah, now let's do Brandon Rios. Oh, yeah, Marquez. It's like, what the hell is going on with you, bro? And he's got 2 more fights. You know, the quotes are that he's trying to do 2 more before he quits. So, like, you really trying to kill us? Like, you trying to give us 2 garbage? Like, come on, man. I mean, I don't know. Look, $50 million they gave him for this 3-fight deal. $50 million? There should have been something in the fine print that said he had to at least fight like a 7.5, bro. This is fucking, and not to disrespect Brandon Rios, but he's been out the ring for 2 years and he's never fought at 54. And no matter what you may think of Miguel Cotto, he beat up Sergio Martinez. He beat up Daniel Gil. He did not get stopped by Saul Canelo Alvarez. Some people even thought he won. He's not that washed up. He's a very, intelligent fighter. He's learned from the best, like Mayweather and Pacquiao, putting them through the ringer. He's learned how to, kind of juice longevity out of his career. A fight with Rios is a winnable fight for him and one that he won't be injured in. But it's not worth the amount of money that Rock Nation invested in. Are they making a return on their profit, Matt? This is bullshit at this point. I mean, listen, Rock Nation themselves should be upset when they see headlines like this. This is coming from the Vocero in Puerto Rico, and obviously it's all over American media. I won't mention any of the sites that have already picked it up and ran with it, but the Vocero is always getting the hot shit from Miguel Cotto, especially Brian Perez, who is the vice president of Miguel Cotto Promotions. And this is real news. Now, there's another guy that I'm going to leave my hipster to try and pronounce. I don't know who the fuck is that guy.
I don't know who he is.
Get out of here.
I don't know who he is.
Are you pulling our freaking leg? The hipster doesn't know him? You know this is some weird stuff.
What's his name again? I totally forgot.
Oh, man. It's Yuki Nonakanaka.
Jeffrey.
Onoaka? I don't
know.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey's probably out having a drink, but I will get in touch with him and see what's going on because Nonaka, I think it's Nonaka. I don't know. But whoever that guy is, I'm gonna have to
Yuki Nonaka.
Oh, I was right. Nonaka. Yuki Nonaka. It's not that hard, I guess. Let's see what's his record looking like though. Nonaka. Where did he even come from? This is crazy because this is how people get famous. Remember Nobuhiro Ishida? Like, I'm not supposed to know his name. But he knocked out James Kirkland, and then Gennady Golovkin sent them to, all dogs go to heaven. So, look, oh my God, could you believe this? I Googled. No, I want everyone to do this right now on your mobile phones or on your desktops. Google Yuki Nonaka. Here's the spelling. Hold
on. Start now.
Yuki is the first name. Last name Nonaka.
Yeah, can you repeat that?
Nonaka. Enemies come up is what come up, whatever. Actually, look, Boxing Scene's article come up towards the bottom because they on top of it. But you get cartoons. You don't get a fighter. That's sad. I'm just saying. You don't even get BoxRec. Oh, there he goes on BoxRec. Let's see what he got.
Screen share.
Oh my God. No, this guy didn't. You don't even want to see this. I'm gonna show it to you anyway. But this is crazy.
What? You're in the dark right now, Ness?
I'm in the
No
lab.
lighting.
I'm in the lab. Look at this.
Going for that ambiance.
Looking like what's that other dude named Koki? Damn, did I screen share the wrong one?
I think you did.
I think I did too. Yeah, I'll be watching this on YouTube. You're probably enjoying yourself. Here it is.
I feel like on a podcast. You're like, what the fuck?
Yo, this dude's got 8 losses, first of all, but check out his hair, bro.
Ooh, the bleached frosted tips. That 90s boy band look. I like it.
What is he? What is it? What I don't even know what to call him. Okay, what is a Japanese dude doing with blonde hair? Yo, he's actually rated pretty high.
It's actually very common.
Yo, how is he 8-0 with 3 draws and he's a 4-star ranking fighter? BoxRec be wilding.
Remember BoxRec had Tony Bellew as like the 3rd ranked heavyweight after he beat David Haye?
Yo, he's 28 in the world. Who's in front of this dude? 28. Jojo Dan is
what division?
Jojo Dan, Terrell Garcia is in middleweight, super welterweight, it says.
Okay.
So junior middleweight. Antonio Margarito's ranked below him. Justin Deloach, who probably would KO him, is ranked below him. I don't know how this guy got here. He bought those rankings, I bet. Can you buy rankings?
He has losses to guys with records of like 2-1.
Yeah, man.
By
I mean,
knockout.
You know, I don't know where they find this guy, but right, like if the thing is, if top rank, excuse me, if Rock Nation is going to pay for this, it's very sad. You know, it's very sad. I received an email, obviously, that I shared with all of the hosts. How people wanted us to break down the fights, but how could you break down?
I was listening to what you're saying. All I gotta say is that I was the only one that was making fun of Jesse Magdaleno's hair. So, yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. He's Mexican.
It's different?
Yes, Mexicans do frosted tips up there all day, but this dude's freaking Japanese.
So do
you know? Oh yeah, hold on, MD. Do you not know many Asians, Ness? Because
what the? No, a lot. He does. Matt. Apparently he doesn't.
Like I didn't know
Koreans
they
frosted
all had
tips.
blonde hair. I thought they all had black hair. Most of them.
Genetically. Yeah, genetically.
Yeah, but
yeah, I didn't know it was a thing.
I mean, yo, did you know Cisco had silver hair, Matt? He was born with it, right?
Well, Cisco, I thought it was blonde too, but I didn't know that these guys liked to dye their hair blonde. But let's move on to sexier news. Miguel Cotto is always good when anybody's looking for a bit of a laugh, and it's sad that we've gotten to this part of his career, and this is how we're going to remember him by. You know, you're only as good as your last fight, and his last fights, well, at least I always thought that he was going to try and negotiate that rematch. I guess Canelo is the type of guy just moves on. He left Laura in the dust too. But Mikey Garcia and Vasil Lomachenko have been having a back and forth now, we can say. Obviously, someone interviewed Mikey Garcia. Brian Campbell from ESPN interviewed him and, discussed Vasil Lomachenko's career. And he felt as though Vasil was getting a lot of hype for his wins. So, we wanted to kind of find out what was going on. We had Mikey on our show and we asked him the questions. And after that, 2 days later, Vasil obviously replied and basically paraphrasing Matt. I mean, he said, look, this guy's talking a lot of shit. If he's going to stay at 135, we could fight. So I'm not going to say this is just social media or headline drama. I think that Vasil Lomachenko is a man that's been in charge of his career from the very beginning. When he signed the Top Rank, he said he wanted one fight and then a title. Well, he said he wanted a title shot immediately. And obviously Bob Arum explained to him that he had to get at least one to rank himself. And ever since then, I mean, look, he's driving. He wanted Gary Russell. He got Gary Russell. He wanted, who was it, this last person that he wanted? Walters. And he got Walters. So I think now, and remember, when we thought he didn't want Walters, he went a step above, took to social media and said, look, I'll put 300,000 out there. The winner can take it. So like, he's willing to play ball. He's a little sexy negotiator in his own language. Now, the freaky weird things with being naked in a tub with rubber duckies and shit, I mean, let MD give you why he's doing that. I don't know, but the fight itself, I'm interested.
Oh no, Ness, I'd rather you explain why. I'd rather you explain why Mexicans frost their tips.
I don't know. I just see a lot of frosted tips with Mexicans. But listen, I think that Vasil would be at a disadvantage. He would obviously be a smaller man. We got to remember, Mikey's been out of the ring for almost 2 years. He came back, got 2 fights, but he's still a big guy that kind of can get big on fight night. And I remember when we were doing a lot of Vasil Lomachenko shows, because he was in the headlines a lot about a possible fight with Manny Pacquiao, and he said that, you know, the biggest he can balloon up to is 138. So buy or sell Mikey Garcia, guys. I mean, do you give Lomachenko a pass and kind of, you know, make it okay if he doesn't go into some sort of straight negotiations with Mikey? Because I don't think Mikey's the type that's going to take to the media and kind of shame him if it doesn't happen. I mean, it's just a couple of headlines. It might die down. But I think that Lomachenko's in, you know, charge of his career enough that if he wants it, he can make it happen.
See, this is the ever so dilemma of moving up for bigger fights, because people are always going to say right now that Lomachenko still has business at the division he's at right now, right, which is 130 pounds. So he has Jezreel Corrales. He still has Salido problems. Like, so you know what I mean? So he has other fights that are still there. So obviously Mikey Garcia, in my opinion, is a much better fight considering his size and considering how highly I think of Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia would be a very tough fight for Vasil Lomachenko, a very tough fight because of the size and the skill. So, I mean, unfortunately, I just don't think they're big enough yet for the fight to be worth it if you want to see it as a super fight, right? I think it would be on pay-per-view. And I think it would do miserably because Mikey Garcia still doesn't have a big enough name after being outside of the ring for a few years. And Lomachenko still is not there yet. And he may never be there yet. So it's hard for me to say realistically Bob allowing it to happen. But I think that Lomachenko has shown he took a loss, and I don't think he's really afraid to lose again, which I think is a good trend to set for some of these pros who may find themselves making more money with taking some losses, because if they continuously take good fights, you know, it is what it is.
This fight is going to happen. I don't think it's a matter of if it's going to happen anymore. I think it's just a matter of when. I think that both guys have obviously shown a willingness and sort of this forthcoming nature about them when it comes to each other's name. You know, you hear Mikey willingly bring up Lomachenko and vice versa. So obviously these two guys are thinking about each other in terms of this is a potential opponent coming up. So I think that we're going to see this fight probably in the next year or two. And I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. I don't know if it's going to be pay-per-view because obviously Mikey's a free agent. We have Vasil Lomachenko with Top Rank, and they're doing their own pay-per-views now. So we don't know what's really going to happen next. But whatever's going to happen next is it's going to be a good fight, I think, when it does happen.
Yeah, 2 years. Wow, that's kind of a long time to wait for this one. 2 years. And as far as Mikey not being big enough yet, I wonder how big Lomachenko is, because I hear that it might be sold out, this fight Saturday in the DMV area, let's call it. Something Harbor is where they're hosting this one at. So I don't know. I would be really interested to hear what the listeners and the callers have to say. Remember to drop your comments in the comment section. We got the live chat going, and you can always call in at 1-425-569-5241. Press 1. We're definitely looking for your takes on Mikey and Lomachenko and what they should do.
Whatever happened to Mikey Garcia for sure fighting Linares in the UK? Or not Linares in the UK, Linares next.
Well, when we interviewed him, he made it pretty clear that that's what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's because of Linares, and he'll move down the ladder to the next possible option, whoever has another.
And I would not be surprised if Linares ducks. I'm sorry, I like Jorge Linares, but I would not be surprised if he ducks.
Yeah, well, you've seen where he was at Saturday already. You know, he was over there watching the Orozco fight, which we will be talking about in a little bit. But, you know, he was watching that fight, and you just never know, right? I mean, it's not that Linares fights at 140, but there are things happening in that Golden Boy stable with Gamboa. We can't never forget that. Gamboa moved up for a big fight with Crawford to 135. He'll move up for a big fight with Linares at 135, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But let's give the floor to our hipster. Talk to us about this guy, Marco Huck, who was defeated by the new Cruiserweight WBC champion, who takes the vacant title that belonged to Tony Bellew, who has been elevated, or shall we say demoted was the words used, to emeritus status. What is your thoughts on the man now glowing and bleeding green after he's captured this first WBC title?
I think with Briedis, my initial thoughts about him before the fight are sort of vindicated or validated through the Marco Huck fight. I think that he is without a doubt, top 10, top 5 level cruiserweight. Definitely has skill, definitely has some speed, definitely some good boxing IQ, but I don't think he's the next kingpin in the division. Marco Huck definitely looked more aged, definitely just looked a little bit slower. His volume was significantly down from when I envisioned him in his prime. And Briedis was just outboxing him for 12 rounds, did just enough to win. It wasn't the most entertaining fight, but he did do a great job of just evading Huck's pressure with his superior footwork, slipping shots, giving counters. But again, I think Briedis against Usyk will lose. I think Briedis against Gassiev would lose. I don't think Briedis is the next guy out of these top 3 young champions.
Now, what promoter is this guy with? Because you're making it seem as if he's the lowest hanging fruit, and now he has a fruit that actually every other champion is going to want, because that WBC title is the one that people want the most. So now you got a guy like Gassiev out there with the IBF. Then you got who else you said? Usyk, right? He won the WBO. Who's got the WBA? I mean, there's just so many guys out there that you don't even know. But he's also from the UK. So who's his promoter? Because that's important. Is he an Eddie Hearn fighter? Because if he's an Eddie Hearn fighter, he just became the star and the A-side. But if he's Frank Warren, it might be a little different. Just because of the Sky Sports Boxing Nation deal, for whatever reason, it feels like those Sky Sports get more publicity. They seem like to be the more popular fighters. I mean, other than
he's Eddie Hearn.
He's the A-side. Other than Billy Joe Saunders and Tyson Fury, right? Like, and obviously the Fury clan, that being Huey. Warren doesn't really have any big notable fighters. I know he's got this girl Nicola right now, but look, he's got a girl, and the one everyone's talking about is the one that Eddie Hearn's got. So this Briedis guy just put himself in a great position. Funny, we were talking about Tony Bellew and his options, and if you're saying Briedis is now with Eddie Hearn, or was with Eddie Hearn, there you go. That emeritus demotion for Bellew becomes an option, because Briedis is always there. You just said he didn't look good, so it's something that Bellew could, strive to get back down to weight and be like, all right, this is a winnable fight. I still think he has better options as a heavyweight, though.
Briedis isn't bad. Like, he's like the Sean Porter of the division. Like, put it that way. Like, obviously very talented, obviously in the elite.
No, but the UK guys call Sean Porter the Mike Tyson of the division.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, every time they whenever they used to speak of the Brooklyn, they said every time they would be like, yeah, you guys used to call Porter the Mike Tyson of the division. I'm like, oh, really?
You said the UK guys used to call him that?
We called him that.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the UK guys. I was like,
no, Sean Porter looked amazing.
He did.
In a lot of his fights. It's just this thing about Sean Porter is he's just athletically, I think, limited. Not athletic limited, boxing limited. That he's not able to change gears. But like the way he beat, like, I don't think Keith Thurman at that time could beat Paulie more impressively. You know what I mean? The way he smashed Paulie out of the ring, something that Danny Garcia couldn't do after. Took him a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you guys are saying, but I think Sean Porter was deemed pretty dangerous.
I compared
after the Paulie and the Devin win, they were calling him the Mike Tyson, and then he lost to Brooks. So the UK guys always say, "Oh, you guys used to call him the Mike Tyson of the division, and Brooks smashed him."
But right now, we would say that Sean Porter is a borderline top 5 welterweight, and while an elite boxer in the division is not the best.
I wouldn't say borderline top 5. I'd say that that's actually a fair thing. You're right, Matt. But I think that he gives everybody a tough fight.
No, 100%. I'm not saying that he's a bad fighter.
He gave Keith Thurman a tough fight. I thought Keith Thurman won,
but I think we can all say without a doubt that he's not going to be the best guy in the division at any point in his career going forward.
No, because he can't adjust to certain styles and he can't have longevity.
And I compared Breedis with Sean Porter. That's how we got started.
That's fair. That's fair enough. I think that he, I saw the fight. I don't think he did as well as I expected him to do, even though I didn't know that much about Breedis. I just thought that maybe as well as I hoped to do, because Hoke to me looked like an old fighter that was throwing a lot of inaccurate shots. So it just wasn't the best fight. Breedis, I don't know. It's hard. Like Usyk is, they're in the same division, right? I didn't make a mistake there. Yeah,
no, they're in the same division.
Yeah, Usyk, it looks like the best, but still, he's the best in a division that a lot of guys have a lot of flaws. But maybe he can make him. Maybe there could be some. But it's almost like the heavyweight division, right, Ness? Because a lot of the heavyweight guys, except maybe a few, have a lot of flaws too, right?
Agreed. So there's some other results we need to touch on. Mercito Gesta was back in the ring, and it was funny to watch this fight on the live chat on Patreon that we do. We sent all our Patreons a message, and we did this live chat while these 2 Golden Boy cards were on, and Matt didn't really know Gesta, but it was nice to see him slightly impressed. Gesta used a really good jab, doubling and tripling it, but by the end of the fight, me and Matt realized that he only has one hand. And we checked his weight. It was about 133, so he's in between 135 and 130. We don't know where he's going to kind of end up at. He is coming off of a 2-year layoff due to shoulder surgery, another rotator cuff. He's Philippine. He was always promoted as, one of those Pacquiao successors. Arum never, ever put these 3 fighters on the card. I never understood why he never titled them something like Filipino Power, maybe Pacquiao, Nonito, and Gesta, because he had them all 3 at one time and never did it. But Gesta always failed to impress. Even yesterday, getting the win, he failed to impress. He got hit with an uppercut by another guy who was out of the ring for 2 years, and he got dropped by a long, tall, lanky guy who I will say had a lot of power. It seemed like the way he was whipping the shots, but he was just so terribly inaccurate. Now Gesta, again, he did look good, but he got dropped by a guy who had been out the ring for so long. I just don't know what he brings other than a very slight name. Like he's a notable name for an up-and-comer, right? Like a Lubin in that division should get a fight with Mercito to make a name, but he's not a name to deem a big fight. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I also think that he's obviously aged in his career. Like he's not like a young fighter in any sort of way. I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the last times we see him on TV.
He's a Beltran level fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be fair. His only losses to Miguel Puppet Vasquez, who is a hard fight for anybody. And Vasquez only lost to Canelo and Bradley and Mickey Bay. I'm not using BoxRec. He might have one other loss, but I doubt it.
Didn't he get robbed by Mickey Bay or something like that? I don't remember that fight so much. Like I just remember Vasquez is a boring, like he's a tough fighter to watch, but he's kind of like a
he's too much of a boxer. He's too much. He doesn't give you anything to want to like him because he's boxing 24/7. and it's, you know,
Yeah.
not sexy.
And he doesn't sit on his punches enough to really make the opponent, you know, not like, and as much as that's the difference between, and this is why I do give Lara a lot of credit, opposed to some of the other pure boxers, is because when Lara chooses to commit for either like a stiff straight or right hand, he sits down on his punches. So that's why, you know, he was more successful than like a Vasquez, I would say.
Moving on to the main event, Antonio Roscoe, is he undefeated or he has one loss, Matt? I think he has one loss, right? He might be
undefeated.
No, they both were undefeated. Keandre Gibson and Antonio Roscoe both undefeated off naked eye. I'm pretty sure fight fans were thinking, well, you know, both of these guys don't have much power, and Gibson looks more like the athlete. But Orozco lived up to his name. Relentless, for real. I mean, he was bringing the pressure. It wasn't sexy, though. Like, he didn't draw me in. I felt like I had to watch it. I was tired, and I was telling myself, man, I could watch this tomorrow on DVR. It's not that important. Luckily, he did score the knockout in the 4th round. Matt was very critical. We were doing a live fight chat for this one as well on Patreon, and he was a bit critical. But I think that Orozco was very active. I remember, Matt, we both thought that we were looking at this, and by the time the 2nd round came, we're like, fuck, this one's going all 10, you know? And it's funny because this fight only went, and I'll show this, you know, when you guys are doing your take, I'll show these stats. This fight only went 4 rounds, or, you know, 3.5 rounds, and Orozco threw almost 500 punches. So he was definitely living up to his name. I just don't know what he's going to do at 140 pounds. I mean, he signed a Golden Boy. He's obviously a possible opponent for Terrence Crawford in the future in some sort of Golden Boy Top Rank co-promotion, but he's not big enough. And really, I don't even know any 140-pounders that Golden Boy have, you know, outside of this guy. Like, Emmanuel Taylor, I thought was a 140-pounder, and he's moving up to 47 to fight Lucas Matisse on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys know any 140-pounders that Golden Boy may have that can match up with this guy. I don't know, but thoughts?
Where's Oscar Valdez at? 120.
Valdez is with Top Rank, and he's at 26, I believe, 30.
So I have no idea. I have no idea. But you say about Antonio Orozco, I know that he hasn't got knockouts, a lot of knockouts on his record. He has 17 out of 26, and he does have decision wins against like older fighters, Emmanuel Taylor, Stevie Forbes. But those are tougher guys. But what I saw is that he does have, you know, the way, you know, you have power or you don't have power. And I think when it comes down to it, Orozco does. Keandre Gibson, although he looks more athletic, like I think now sometimes when you look at an athletic build, you don't necessarily assume that they have power, because power often or most of the time is generated on your lower half of your body. Typically, guys who have people who have big, more muscular legs and a bigger behind, right, are the guys who are the knockout artists. Look at someone like I don't know, Mike Tyson was built on front, but if you look at the size of his legs, where he generated the power from. So I think sometimes like Ness, you can't assume that if a guy's ripped up six-pack, he has power. But I was not overly impressed. But he beat him soundly, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about that fight. I think
he's VADA enrolled, so you'd be happy about that at least, and that's good to see a guy that is fairly unknown being in the program, right? So,
well, he's in the top 15 ranking, so that's why.
Sure, shut him down for being.
And then for people, and then there are fighters, right? Like if you look historically, if you look at Tommy Hearns and if you look at Julian Jackson, they're like freaks with the leverage and the power they got, the way they threw punches. So I think it's hard. I don't know. They're anomalies. I mean, Ness, do you see?
There's no one in this division. Like, I'm just looking, especially not for Golden Boy. All right.
What about Frankie Gomez? Isn't he at 140?
No, he's 47, but
yeah, he ain't never making 140 again.
Yeah, and Orozco, I mean, look, they're gonna have to deal with Top Rank or Heyman, and there's only big fights. There's only big fights. Like Lipinets is there, Ruslan is there, O'Hara Davis. I mean, I'm pretty sure Golden Boy still has some sort of relationships with Humberto Soto, but he's very old. Jack Cottrell, who I've been hearing things about now for 2 years almost. Amir Iman, that's a Don King fighter. I guess they could get him, and he's ranked higher than Orozco, but he's already in the WBC mandatory somehow. Victor Postal is at the top of the food chain with Terrence Crawford, Julius Ndungo, John Molina Jr. I mean, Orozco is actually number 5, so like he's got big fights ahead. I just don't know. I mean, what's his best option? I know you're both gonna say Julius Ndungo and Ricky Burns winner, right?
No, in all actuality, his best option, and they're saying it in the chat, which is smart, have Mauricio Herrera drop down to 140 or something like that. Do a catch weight in the meantime. Because in all actuality,
who the hell said that's smart? No. Why you want a tough Mauricio beat Ruslan Pavatnikov when he thought he was the shit on ESPN.
Did you see Herrera's last fight?
It wouldn't matter. He always
no. Did you see Herrera's last fight?
Did you watch Herrera's career? He always makes.
I watched. No. Answer Ness. You need to answer Matt's question though, because I agree with Matt 100%.
Did you watch the last fight?
Hell no.
Okay, he fought a week ago. I was at that fight live, and he struggled with a no name. Struggled.
Okay.
Okay.
Did he lose?
Orozco would walk him down.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Herrera is a tough fight.
And the way that Gomez beat him too.
And even if
he beat the shit out of him like every single second of every single round. It wasn't even like, and what is Frankie Gomez? Like, he's an extremely talented fighter that's always had weight issues.
Okay,
the way that he beat him showed also how bad Herrera is at this point of his career. And
that's fine. All I'm saying is this: this dude's been fighting for a long time, and the only two you found like 2 names that haven't looked bad against him. It's not worth the risk for Golden Boy and Orozco to put him in there with Herrera, who can possibly make him look bad.
That's not true, Ness. You have to understand that that's what matchmakers do. Like at one time, Kermit Cintrone was a dangerous fighter, right?
Yes.
Extremely dangerous fighter. Yes. Gave a lot of guys hard fights and was a world champion.
But his danger is different.
They put him. It's the concept of it being dangerous, right? No, let's just hear me out. Just hear me out, right? Because I think you always make mistakes with this because you neglect to see the decline in fighters and their level of risk. So fighters will take an old name like a Herrera and put him with an Orozco because the way he's declined. So it's a name, not a risk because he.
Teach me how they promote. I know what they do.
Why are you
the fighter? What I'm saying is Herrera never allows his fighter to look good, whether they beat him or not.
Gomez looked good against Herrera.
That is my point, MD. You can only name maybe one fighter who looked good versus Herrera. It's not worth the risk, in my opinion. I'm just talking from a promotional standpoint. It's not an argument. We don't have to debate. It's cool. We can move forward. I'm just saying it's like, how much credit is he going to get for beating Herrera? So is it worth him looking bad versus Herrera? Like no one cares about Herrera.
If he looks really good, it'll matter. It will. Because that's the guy that gave Danny Garcia issues.
All right. I don't think it's worth the risk. You could put him in there with better names like John Molina, who's fit for him and would probably give him a better, he would look better winning because it's going to be one of those Matisse type of fights. And it would be a bigger fight. Every time guys are hitting each other back and forth right away, they want to call it fight of the year. But Herrera, he's such a grab and jabby, pawy like this. He's just not an engaged.
He can't do that anymore, Ness. He can't do it anymore. He's old. This is what I'm saying. Like you age as a fighter and you decline. And at the highest level, you're unable to do the things you used to do. What Herrera used to do took a lot of cardio athleticism. And youth, right? He was not he wasn't necessarily the most technical fighter. He was a pressure fighter, and he was a dirty fighter, or not necessarily a dirty fighter, as I'm putting it the wrong way. But like you said, he gave Danny Garcia issues because of his boxing abilities.
Matt, let's see if I could for me, obviously you guys feel a certain way. I'm like still pawing at this, right? So for me, what fight ends better? Herrera versus Orozco or Molina versus Orozco? Or what fight
Probably
looks better?
Molina.
What fight looks better on TV? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Molina.
What
You're
fight
right. You're right about that.
You know what I
That
mean?
it looks better on TV. You're 100% right
But
about
Matt,
that.
how would it look better on TV if Molina looks bad on TV no matter what? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's so weird and awkward.
There'd be more action.
That's
It will.
exactly my point. His awkwardness, his horrible fighting style is
John Molina doesn't throw punches when he's like not able to walk down a fighter. Like, I think that I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. But
They're both fit fights, to be honest.
But the Orozco style of fighter versus Molina. Listen, Molina's sitting on the outside versus Broner and versus Bay. You know, he's trying his whole night to get inside. But with a guy like Orozco, they'll find each other in the center, bro. It's neither here nor there. Do we have any other things that we need to bring up? I know we wanted to bring up all those fights, and I think that we did. Anything else before we go to the callers?
I'm just shout out to Antonio Orozco because we're talking a lot about him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he was the only boxing this week outside.
No, I feel you.
Hey, take that back. The cruiserweight division was on force, man.
No, and listen, it's only fair. Look, like we said, I mean, he's ranked highly. Eventually, he's going to be on HBO on the Golden Boy side, maybe. I mean, it's looking like ESPN for Golden Boy now. HBO has really pulled out, man. I mean, what are they doing with Golden Boy outside of pay-per-views? Like, I mean, oh, well, they did have the Stevens.
But these level of fights, I mean, I'm glad, I guess we don't see it on HBO.
Yeah, but come on, MD. We need some sort of boxing after dark. We need a show box on HBO.
I've said that. Yeah, I've said that before. It's disappointing.
They have to build in the future. Where's tomorrow's stars at with HBO? Like, so because, you know, they do the occasional business with Top Rank, the only star for us is Oscar Valdez.
I mean, I guess they're going with the formula that they have somebody who hasn't yet made it to HBO, and the second they deem them worthy of being on HBO, they push them really hard with a lot of backing. It seems that's what they're doing, right?
You know,
even guys like Oscar Valdez, his next fight is on HBO. It's on Top Rank pay-per-view.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, thinking about it, who the hell are they even?
He could be on. Valdez could be on HBO right now.
Yeah, but he's going to be on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. He should either be. I mean, if in a perfect world, he should be headlining HBO Boxing After Dark card.
Dude, this guy
or co-main on a world championship box. It's like a bigger name.
He's on a pay-per-view with an ex-Walters opponent, Mariaga. He's fighting Mariaga. The Walters, you know, that was a tough fight.
Colombian, right?
Huh?
Is that the Colombian?
I don't know. He's probably Colombian or Argentine. But he had a tough fight with Walters, you know. He thought he won that fight with Walters. So
he didn't.
You know, but he thought he did. And that's what counts. Let's get out to the phone calls.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
We're going out to Jake on Skype. What's going on? Where are you calling in from, Jake?
From the UK.
Talk to us, brother. What's on your mind?
No, so what's the topic about?
Well, we have a bunch. Were you not listening there? We got you know, Tom Loeffler is saying that the fight with Canelo and Triple G will generate more money for Canelo than that fight with he and Mayweather. That is our main topic. We're also talking, obviously, Billy Joe Saunders saying that he no longer wants the Gennady Golovkin fight. We're talking Cotto's return. It's rumored that it's versus Brandon Rios. Also, Mikey Garcia and Lomachenko. Lomachenko fires back at Mikey and basically puts out an offer to fight him. And the weekend fight results.
Well, with the Mayweather and Canelo, you know, never gonna happen. That's gonna be the thing. Is with that is there's always gonna be more money wherever Mayweather is. There is no way Golovkin Canelo can generate more money than Mayweather Canelo. In regards to Billy Joe Saunders, I think because he's got that bout, he wants that Golovkin fight because he wants to cash out at the end of the day. He knows that after his last fight, definitely, that he would lose against any of the top 10 fighters. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, you know how boxing fans are. You're only as good as your last fight. Based off that last fight,
he lost that last fight.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
I'm like,
based off that last fight, anyone would agree with you.
You know, I like Billy Joe Saunders, you know, but he actually did lose that last fight. You know, he's got the bit of the Tyson Fury syndrome. As soon as he, you know, wins a bout, he thinks he's made it. And he's slacked since then. But what I'm really hoping for is that Errol Spence and Cal Brook, I know it's off topic, but they generate more pay-per-view than the David Haye, Tony Bellew fight.
What number you thinking?
Well, what I'm hoping for, well, Bellew Haye did about 900,000. I'm hoping for Brook and Errol Spence to get at least 1 million. The reason being is it will make Eddie Hearn start picking these 50-50 fights.
Yeah, but you think the boxing public's that smart? Because David Haye and Tony Bellew are bigger stars.
WWF, if you know, they're not superstars of their divisions. Tony Bellew is not a superstar of the cruiserweight division. David Haye is not a superstar of the heavyweight division. But Cal Brook and Errol Spence is a proper fight.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you that it's a proper fight or not. I'm saying like the UK public that are sold a lot of, you know, I guess casual aspects of a fight. I think that it would not do better because of that, because of the David Haye being popular and the Tony Bellew, you know, being on TV and being sold that way, right? David Haye is always on Sky Sports and he's on other Dancing with the Stars. So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, MD, I completely agree with you. But what I'm saying is that's why I want Errol Spence and Cal Brook to do better than that. So Eddie Hearn changes his ways and starts making some proper 50-50 fights.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. Of course, we would want every good pay-per-view fight to do good, you know, to push, that concept. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen.
You know, you look at Keith Thurman, for example, you know, he is looking to.
Jake, we got to get to other people. We do have a lot of callers on the line. Luckily, your boy MD gave you some more. We got to get out to Marcus in DC. Talk to me.
Hey, yo, I think that Roscoe fight does exactly what I said, which is why that tournament that they're offering with part of the $50 million should be at the 140 division. I think Ranches to come back up to 40. I think Mikey to go up to 40. I think the 140 presents the best thing for a tournament, the best outcome for a tournament. Fuck Billy Joe Saunders, sucker Bill. I don't know what dudes like him and Keith Thurman decide that when they want to fight some dudes, they get to say it, then everybody else is supposed to make fucking mountains move because they ready to fight. Fuck Sucker Bill. Sucker Bill don't want to fight on June 10th. He can go fight back at the YMCA where he fought last time. Who give a fuck? No reason for Mikey to fight fucking Lomachenko. It'll be the same like Dejan's electing. If he wins, if he loses, you know, who knows? So Mikey should fight Chenko should fight Bishop. Mikey should move up. If Chenko and Mikey fight, they fight at 140. They don't fight at 35. No point in anybody waiting. They both kind of young in their fight. Only fight if they fight at 140. Cotto was tainted by that A-side shit that happened with Mayweather. Everybody believes that the A-side believes that people will just pay to see them fight no matter who they fight. They don't understand that Mayweather element was that people will pay to see Mayweather fight because they pay to see him lose. They've seen Cotto lose. They've seen some of these other dudes lose. They're not the A-side. That A-side shit should be washed up. What else I put here? The Canelo versus Mayweather. Yeah, Canelo will make more because everybody who fought Mayweather was like a bar person or a waitress. They get $2.75 as their hourly wage, but then they get tips. The thing with Mayweather is that Canelo made 9%. Their pay-per-view made $154 if you do 2.2 times $70, and it was probably higher for HD. So if he got $12 to $14 million, he got like 9%. And so whenever you fought Mayweather, the thing was you had a low base salary like a waitress, but you had tips. And so that's how people came up with the 12 to 14 because you wrote off of the 1 million.
Well. Not everyone got pay-per-view upside because guys like Ortiz and Guerrero got no dollars.
Not everybody. But what I'm saying is, no matter what, your base salary was always higher than whatever else you've already made. Not to mention the attention and everything else. You made more.
Yeah, you seem like you're defending shitty. You feel like you're defending shitty business. I guess.
No, I'm not. I'm condemning it. The fact of the matter is that when all these people keep saying the A side, they keep making it seem like is that everybody gets to act in this diva mode, but none of these dudes make money. Like I get why Mayweather was able to do it. Andre Ward won 160. Why does he get a chance to renegotiate an already negotiated contract and threatening to retire, hold the fucking industry up? That's garbage. That's bullshit.
Shit happens, man.
Because I said this. Show me a fighter back in the day that fought in a big enough fight like Ward did against what's called and Triple G against Jacobs that won back in the day. Show me a dude who came up and showed up like a Ray Leonard or a Hearns and one of those super mega fights that fought like either Ward or Jacobs and won. I put that test to y'all. Show me the fight where the fighter in the past did that and won.
Well, Marcus,
fighting style. I'm out.
Marcus, wait a minute.
What? I'm right here. Yeah.
We want to ask all our patrons who've been watching the 24/7 border wars. They're, we like to ask for early picks around here, right? So this should be no different. Based off the training footage that the 24/7 TBV crew has been able to put out for you, what are you going for on the first card of the night? Matt, the Hipster Hunter versus Steven Calderon. You've been able to see footage on both now. Give us your best and analytical breakdown of that one.
I think Matt is putting his best foot forward. I think he's becoming the Josecito Lopez. You know what I'm saying? He showed some good stuff, and now they're gonna put him in front of everybody else as a gatekeeper. I'm gonna have to go with the Sugar Man on that fight. Steven Calderon. But I like Matt.
That obviously that's Matt laughing at you. But what was it about the footage? What is it? Come on, Matt, you're gonna do it 2 times? Damn. What was it about the footage that made you sway to Steven?
I just think that, Steven has his feet under him a little more. I think Matt is reaching out. I think one of the clips of Matt rushed in and grabbed him. I said, "Oh, Matt gonna go for a 2-leg shoot takedown." So it's just, with boxing, there's nuances. It's like if you're over your front foot a little bit too much and you're arm punching, you know what I'm saying, you're just setting yourself up for a big incoming punch to come in. Steven just, to me, appeared a little bit more over his feet on balance. That's the only reason. Matt has a lot of heart, man. Anybody 135 want to jump in there like he did with certain people, like MD, and he's willing to do it again. I mean, he got a ton of heart, man. You can't teach heart. So you can teach him to fight, but you can't teach heart. So Matt gets all my respect now. Don't get it twisted.
All right. So what about the co-main event? You've been seeing footage on Enrique Church, the Puerto Rican. And to be honest, Mario Munguia hasn't submitted much of anything. So is it hard for you to make a pick on this one?
Right. Based off of lyrics, when I have to give it to Mario.
That's right. They definitely had a rap battle on Patreon already. You're right about that.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but Kendrick Lamar could rap, but I guarantee you Kendrick Lamar has never knocked anybody in his life out. You know what I'm saying?
Here goes MD.
Yeah, but the one thing that I've learned.
I said that. No, you got to hear. I thought it was a good one.
I want you to disparage Kendrick Lamar's name.
What?
What did you say, MD? I couldn't hear you.
I said Kendrick Lamar could rap, but it's not like. But I don't think Kendrick Lamar has ever knocked anybody out in his life.
Yeah, and that was my next point, was that at the end of the day, the microphone goes away when you step inside the ropes. You still got to fight. So, I mean, based off of not seeing Mario, I have to stay out of that one a little bit, although I've seen improvement from Enrique from the first couple times I watched him. And at least his endurance is up. He went 8 rounds straight with the Dominican Vitaly Klitschko and Doomsday. So, I think part of the reason why you can't get a fight for Doomsday, you got to stop calling Alex Doomsday. Who the fuck wants to fight Doomsday? Even Superman got killed by Doomsday. You got to say, I got a guy named Alex. Just put it at that. fuck the doomsday shit until they get in the ring. When you announcing them, say, hey, that guy against Alex Doomsday, and then they say Doomsday. Nobody told me I was fighting somebody named fucking Doomsday.
Yo,
so yeah, that's how we can get Alex.
It's funny you even say that, Marcus. Thanks for participating. Oh shit, we gotta ask you about the main event for the superstar get mad at me and shit. Who are you picking in the main event based off the footage?
Event. Man, off the footage, I will say Jose has improved, right? You know what I'm saying? But I have yet to see a Canadian show me true grit yet when they've been put under pressure. Obviously, I've seen that when a motivated MD comes into the ring, he got bombs over Baghdad. So I would say this about the fight. If MD hit Jose like he did with Matt and Jose doesn't turn, we may be in for a longer fight. That being said, I'm going to get an edge of experience right now until I see more footage. If I have to pick right now, I'm going to get an edge experience looking punching and fighting with MD, although I'm not betting totally against Jose yet. So
now, Marcus,
let's see what happens.
$1 million question. Have you ever been to Florida?
Yes, I have.
So what's up? You joining in? You're going to meet us out there or what? You're going to get in this?
Yeah, I'm going to join in. I'm joining in.
All right, because I mean, this
like
essentially it's $50 for a whole weekend.
Yeah, I'm in. Man, you already know, man. Hey, look, I can't wait till a fighter from DC jump out there, man. I want to train them to be on that footage. Yo, I don't know who's coming down for the fights this weekend, but all the Ukrainians, Lomachenko, Alexander, and Garcia, they all fighting out here at the MGM this weekend. So, and
I heard it's a sold out.
Real Action Jackson. He's fighting April 14th. He's going to break the MGM for a local fighter. April 14th, Malik, the Real Action Jackson out of Limelight Boxing, man. So if anybody's down here, hit me up, man. I'll be in the vicinity. And we can link up or whatever. So yeah, man, that's my call. Appreciate you.
No, did you not see? So did you see the
all day?
Did you not see the training footage of myself recently put up on Patreon?
Doing pull-ups on the beach.
Check that out, MD. I already saw what you got that work, MD. I see you.
Oh no, I'm saying yo, you got it. I mean, listen. This is paradise, right? Where I was training was like, it's all over Florida. So
location.
I mean, look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit.
It was exotic. I love how you said you were one with nature.
I mean, I was like, challenging myself to adjust to the
stand. Oh my god.
I mean, I want to see Mario go into some, shit. If I was Mario, I'd go into the fucking desert in Texas, right? Learn with the desert, right? Take some of the heat, shadow box, and understand that Enrique is not as powerful as the desert.
MD embracing his inner Keith Thurman.
Let's go out to our our newest Patreon subscriber. Got to get that shirt out to my man, Brad from Oxnard.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Brad. I got the notification, man.
Man, I'm glad to be a part, man, and it's really cool, man. I also I got into the Patreon stuff. I had a couple help me assess what I was seeing, so I'll get all analytical about all that here in a little bit. But I wanted to say, yeah, it's a lot of good stuff, man. The way you guys, I was blown away about the quality of the video of just the audio alone, obviously on my end. It was really good stuff. You guys put out good stuff. And even on the YouTube, I like the, those 3 reasons why things that you guys put out. That's really good stuff too.
Oh yeah, Enrique is gonna be happy about that. That's his little creation. But Brad, hit us up with some of these topics, man. Which one you want to go to first? Which one has you drawn in?
I want to hit them all up. To try to stay light and hit them all up. Here we go. So number 1, the thing about Canelo and Triple G. I feel that Canelo is not Mayweather, even though he fought Mayweather, simply for the fact that he just don't put himself out there enough. I feel like he uses it as a boost, and when he could be using it I mean, he don't fight enough. In my opinion, he just don't fight enough. And I mean, and Triple G and I don't know. I think he's going to win the fight. I actually do. I think if they fought, the Triple G would win that fight. That's my opinion on that. But as far as like the belts thing go, I think if they did take it corporate, like MD was saying, that's the BS of the whole thing. If they did do it like UFC style, like, I mean, you know what I mean, and made it like one belt per class, that would be a huge improvement. If it would just be like, you're taking away so much money from these people, and even in the UFC, they want to do away with that, with that way, and do the Ali Act. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, and start doing what boxing's doing with the purse and the mandatory and the sanction and everything, you know. And another thing, the whole Rubber Ducky Boy versus Mikey Garcia, I still rather see Adrian Broner versus Garcia. I think that would get him in really good. And just to clarify, I mean, I'm not actually in Oxnard. My wife's from Oxnard. My wife's born and raised from Oxnard. I live in Bakersfield. So, I mean, technically did have it right.
Told you, Ness.
Oops.
But I mean, Oxnard's awesome, and I actually got a great story. You know what? I'm going to tell that story really quickly. My wife's oldest sister, was in the same grade, class, and school as Fernando Vargas growing up. And as funny as it is I figured like I would hear this awesome story, like, man, this guy is just, you know what I mean? Like, he's walking around tough, and he's a man. And she said, yeah, he did walk around tough, but surprisingly, he got his butt kicked all the time in high school.
It was a sign of things to come.
Walking around tough. Yeah, and then just to top all that off in that little story, I thought, that's a very short story, but just to top off that little short story, I went to Vaughn's over there, and I was in Oxnard visiting some of my wife's family, and I actually seen him. And this was when I could see, obviously. I actually seen him, and he had his family with him, and I said to my wife, "Is that Fernando Vargas right there?" And she said, "Yeah, he lives here." And I was like, "Man, that's crazy." I wasn't so comfortable to ask if that really was. I'm not a big follower of him, but I could tell that it was him. But yeah, I thought that was cool, and I'd share that with you guys. But what was that middle topic in between the Mikey fight and the
Miguel Cotto,
Mayweather
Brandon
thing?
Rios possibility?
All right, Miguel Cotto. Why? I mean, what? Wouldn't you make it like something like a little bit easier, lighter on Cotto? Do you agree with that, MD?
I think Brandon Rios, considering the size difference, is pretty easy and light for Cotto at this point. Considering he got knocked out by Tim Bradley, I think Cotto would do the same.
Brad, we're going to get to some other callers there. We're going to tighten up on this ring clock because we'll never get done here, and we have a bunch of callers. So be patient, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to everybody. We're going to go back out to the Skype machine. We have to get to JD in Texas. What's going on, JD?
Yo, what's going on? That'd be controversial. One thing I want to make sure that we don't disrespect Porter, because I heard some disrespect to Porter going. I want to make sure that we know that I think the only two, welterweights that can beat Porter already beat him. I don't think no other. I don't see
Earl Spence. You don't think he beat him?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
What about Pacquiao?
That's a tough one. But
Tough? Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, no. This is what I'm saying. We have to know boxing. You know, I think that I proved through all my phone calls that I know boxing enough to know that Porter is a tough cookie. Even though I don't like his style. Shout out to you, Matt.
What up, JD?
No, but JD, if you know boxing enough, right, and you do know boxing, I'm not questioning that. Do you don't think that Porter kind of overcompensates with athleticism for his lack of boxing skills? And I think that's why sometimes he'll give everybody a tough fight, but he's not able to beat the top of the top because he's not able to adjust and use different angles and you know, different combinations rather than his smothering athletic style.
Yeah, that style is very tough to beat. I'm gonna tell you right now, because he got that walk down. I call it the walk down style, and let me tell you something about that style. I saw a recent interview of Peter Quillen, and he alluded to that style, and it psychologically does something to you.
Yo, JD, I fight that way.
You say what now?
That's MD style as well.
That's the MD style. Not based off the tape we seen, but I hear you.
I mean, is it not based off the tape you've seen?
Well, not the new tape. Like, you know, you're still in training right now.
Oh, I would love to get to that at the end of this call.
No, you are because you're Patreon. We want everybody's Patreon thought.
All right, so to run it down real quick, no, I don't think Errol Spence can beat Sean Porter. No, he's a tough cookie. And to get to the let me run this real quick to you guys fights. MD, I think you are the favorite. I gave it a 3-1. Matt, I sent you a video of
I seen it. You said take it serious. Yo, it was a Philippine kid throwing jabs and hooks.
I didn't see it, to be honest.
Jabs and hooks, jabs and right straights.
Yo, take it serious though, because it's very serious. It changes your game like 100%. I also sent that to Jose because I do think you know, MD is gonna win that shit. But anyway,
you think MD is gonna stop him? Like at least the way he stopped Matt, because he did stop Matt. That was
yes.
ref stopped it. Corner stopped me. It was a stoppage.
And I will have Keith Thurman in the gym telling me I can't. I can't put hands on someone. You know what I'm saying?
And we got one more. Oh yeah, yo, it's one more fight that I'm missing though.
Enrique. Mario versus Enrique.
Yo, Mario gotta release the footage, man. Mario,
he's ducking,
listen,
man. I think he's all talk, bro.
Yo, he did something really sketchy earlier, but I don't understand what's going on with Mario on the footage. All I've seen is a video of him.
I get it. It's a psychological type of warfare that he's playing. I get it, but at the same time, Mario, if you are available, come to Houston one weekend. We can kick it. I got to show you a few things.
Damn, yo, how many camps you in, man? You in Jose camp? You in Matt camp? It sounds like you in all the B-side camps, man.
He's like an online trainer. He can
underdog fan, man. I'm an underdog fan.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
Me too. I was in there rooting for Matt, man. I was giving him all the right advice in the first fight. He just ain't taking.
Yo, Matt ain't got no hope. I'm sorry.
Yo, what was it about the Steven Calderon 24/7 that sold you?
Maybe the quick combinations and the left hook. I know.
I said that left hook.
With a
JD, yo, geez, this guy is ODing with the laugh. JD, let me ask you something because you actually have been in the ring for real, right?
Yeah.
Was it wrong of me?
Yo, wait, time out. I fought Hatley too, man. And Hatley's about to fight Charlo.
Yeah, that's how good you are.
Yeah, I heard that that convo they had on they had like a did you hear it? The
conference call?
God damn it. Yeah, the conference call. It was dope. It was dope.
I'm sure Hatley's a shit talker. I heard. I haven't heard it, but I have it. We'll put it up. What I want to ask you though is, because you've actually been there, you're keen eye. Was it wrong of me to come back to like to all my boys and be like, yo, Steven versus anyone on TBV? I said, yo, Steven beats everyone on TBV. You know, and then I put
I'm
my
not
money.
sure about that.
You're not sure?
No,
Okay,
I mean,
give me the
because,
fight.
you know,
Which is the fight?
wait.
Who you think? You know, okay, because you want to see what Steven does first. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
based off
because
that tape, though.
weight means something. You know what I'm saying? Weight in the amateurs, it means a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but none of these guys outweigh Steven, bro. None of them. I mean, MD's like out of shape. He's 190. He's trying to lose 10 pounds, he said, and he's 2 pounds into doing that. He's gonna get into shape.
How tall is Steven? How tall is he? How tall? Seriously, how tall is he? How big is he?
I gotta find out. I'm not 100% sure, but he's trying to get
I
down.
don't even think Steven weighs that much though.
Well, he wants to weigh. Steven is going to weigh.
Here's the thing Ness doesn't understand when he looks at training footage, right? And this is what you said about Sean Porter. Like, I hate to toot my horn, but like, I'm athletic. And some of these guys are not athletic. So the difference between some of the
you didn't see the athleticism
your
in
training
Steven?
footage was whack. I gotta say that. Like that shit was lame as hell.
I mean, lame in what sense, right? Do you not have a sense of humor? I mean, lame how so? Do you think I was being like ultra serious, or do you think that I'm like trying to like show videos on Patreon to prove that I could beat Jose? Like, I was having some fun on the fucking beach, man. I don't know why you're.
No. Listen, man. Matt, your footage was kind of lame. I gotta call it how it is. You know. Sorry if you take it the wrong way, but I get it. You're sarcastic. I get it. But
Well, tell me how my footage was lame, right? You know, I mean, are you jealous? Are you jealous of where I was? I feel like that's kind of coming through your call a little bit, right?
I'm in Houston. I'm by the water too.
I mean, but yeah.
You guys hating on my man JD.
I mean, not like where I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, y'all can't take some criticism. Let him criticize. That's what it's for.
I'm just saying, man, come hard. Like I love Mario's video. It was dope. Like his
wait, but that's biased. Mario's from Texas, man.
And you mean Steven?
Well, he said Mario.
Yeah, I might be a little biased. Nah, but his shit was dope. Like he came with bars.
No, he did. He
And
was legitimate.
we anticipating the fight, and I mean we anticipate.
What video are you talking about? I didn't even see one from Mario.
He's psychologically beating the game. I got to give it to him.
Yeah, because Enrique hasn't even came back with nothing from that.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Enrique, I mean, right? Enrique's putting out, like, I mean, he put out some good footage. You seen his footage from today?
Enrique's? No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you got that.
Yeah, man. Yo, I know you got to move on, man. But yo, shout out to all that work, man. Y'all putting in, man. That's all I got to say.
Yo, you gonna try and win and come out there? These guys need you in the corner, JD.
He likes everybody's work. He likes everybody's work except my work. Unfortunately, you don't have a sense of humor. It's okay, man.
Real shit, Ness.
He expected more from you. That's why.
I don't know what. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to train? Like, I don't have time to make footage every single day. Yo, my fight's already hyped enough. It's these other guys who need more hype. My fight's been the one that's hyped.
Yo, listen to this guy. Who told you that, bro?
I mean, the fact that the only reason this got made was because Jose put up money to fight me. So obviously, I have the A side. I have the top billing because I'm the one who got called out and financially backed to have a fight. Who else on this card did? Nobody.
Yeah, but if only you and Jose won.
End of story. End of story.
Okay, what you were saying, JD?
Nah, I was saying on some real shit, man. That shit I told you out there in New York, man. When I came out there, I wrecked that truck. Well, I didn't wreck it. The fucking road caved in on me, and the truck flipped over. And yeah, I'm dealing with that right now. So until further notice on that, I'm chilling right now.
Also, no traveling for you?
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks. I hear you though. Listen, you can still help Jose is the one that's been reaching out to you on Patreon. So you can still help Jose via internet, probably give him some good tips. JD.
But JD, one thing I'll say to you before I leave, right? If within the next week, right, I'll get you some real footage, right? Some non-whack footage. Would that make you happy?
Yo, listen, man. You don't have to defend that whack footage you put out.
But tell me what was whack about that.
No, he's so hurt that he doesn't.
No, because I feel like that JD's doesn't appreciate the sarcasm and the creativity, right? I did all of that editing myself, and I thought that it was pretty good, right? I really thought it was pretty good.
He goes hurt.
Perfect timing, Matt.
Hey man, all I'm saying is, JD, I want you to see, we could compare training footages and we'll see.
Yo, you don't want to compare with JD. I told you he sent me 2 Facebook clips.
I'm sure he's great at boxing. I'm just saying, I'm talking about like the change in scenery. I even pull like.
You said everybody that call in is fat. I remember this guy. Yeah,
well, wait. Remember when Ness used to say everybody in the chat is fat and a loser too? Did Ness ever say that?
Yeah, I always say that because 90% of the people in the chat don't call in.
Okay, so 90%. So JD's not out of the 90%.
Yeah, no, he's obviously a caller. But listen, JD, all good. Thanks for calling in.
Man.
And MD's just he.
I do my best, but my best wasn't good enough.
That's how he feels, man. Like he did a lot of work editing on that.
I mean, my time's valuable, so technically it was a lot of work.
Let's get out to Scorsese, I believe is up next. Go.
Yo, somebody mentioned Lomachenko, and I just kind of, thought to myself, like, yo, he might be the only person on the pound for pound list that can get re-exposed. You know what I mean? Like, if there is pound for pound list that he's on, I know like the ESPN popularity type pound for pound, they just run. I think Roy Jones called him #1 pound for pound the other day. It's like, yo, that's like one of the first #1 pound for pound guys that can get re-exposed. Like, he hadn't fought no pressure fighter. Somebody mentioned Jason Souza. He hadn't fought one since the last time he got beat, since the first time he got beat. So, like, what happened then? And y'all mentioned how HBO got no commitment to boxing no more. He like one of the last ones. What happened then?
That ain't a commitment. This fight is pay-per-view too, isn't it?
Hell no, I wouldn't put 10 cents on that shit. Lomachenko Sosa pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Hell no, this is not a fucking pay-per-view fight. Are you crazy? Nestor, are you crazy? This is HBO.
I don't know.
That shit is HBO. That shit like HBO Championship Boxing, man. It is, but I was just wondering, like, how the people in the chat wanted to see what people thought about it. Like, I don't know nobody else on the pound for pound list you could say re-exposed. Like, that's a hard word.
Yeah, but I don't know what you mean by that. Like, he fought a good fight against Lomachenko and won in a close fight, but he won, and it was a specific style that he wasn't able to adjust at that point. I don't know what you mean. But it sounds a little simplistic in your analysis.
It is simplistic because everybody came on and said, "Oh, he's better. He's better now," and you've never seen him. We didn't do that with Broner when Broner lost the pressure. And I mentioned this before. We didn't give Broner he's better credit when he never fought a
because Broner's just gotten worse and fatter. I mean, like
no. But the thing, my point is, he has not fought that style, and Broner didn't get credit till he fought that style and did something against it. We like a lot of people have ultimately called in, said Lomachenko's better. He's so much better now. And if Sosa push him, and Sosa's strong, 130 pounder. He was holding his own ground with Nick.
It was his second fight.
It doesn't matter. People.
It doesn't matter. Come on, I know you watch a lot of boxing, right? You have to admit that some fighters, he peaked. He's already peaked, or he peaked after his first fight. Then is that kind of what you're saying?
What I'm saying is they gave him this credit. They don't look at the 6-1, the 7-1. They gave him this credit. It's not my problem that he jumped in quick. He's 28 years old. How many fights you want him to get? The man, you know what I mean? Like 29 or whatever. So at the end of the day, if he get re-exposed, I'm trying to see if y'all gonna let him fight a couple more bad fighters again, like he did after he got beat.
I mean, Adonis got knocked the fuck out, so you could say the same thing.
Champion out.
All right, let's go to Russ on Skype.
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
I want to give a compliment to the Boxing Voice. I spent 5 minutes on another station, and all I hear is one opinion. It's really sad. So I'm glad that you guys are able to offer more than one opinion and stance on the boxing talk. But on the fights, Triple G should fight Saunders, get the other belt. Canelo might not even beat Junior, then Triple G is going to be stuck there kind of just going, well, what happened now? I really think he should take the Billy Joe Saunders fight because we don't even know what Oscar's – I mean, I can't believe them after now. I mean, how many excuses has Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya used? 155, 90-10. I'm not a middleweight. Then they vacate the belt after they wanted a voluntary to fight Khan, broke that agreement. I just think he should just do his own thing, and if the fight happens, it happens. If not, don't waste your career waiting for other people. You'll end up like Amir Khan does. That's about all I have to say.
All right. Hey, and I'm not even saying this as a joke. Amir Khan has kind of done well for his career in that, kind of, I don't know, in between realm that he's been on.
Financially.
And popularity, though. He's always like at the tip of someone's tongue for a big fight, though.
Yep. Yeah.
Like he's, and it's always unacceptable. It's like, oh yeah, Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah, Amir Khan versus Manny Pacquiao. Oh yeah. So it's like, yo, no matter what happens, we always take it, right? So
and unlike Mario, right? I don't think anybody's ducking Amir Khan. Remember Mario used to say,
let me get out to
I think anybody who punches thinks that they could stop him. So I don't think anybody's ducking him.
Joey, I wanted to get out to you. Did you receive anything? I sent you 2 things. You happen to get it yet or no?
Not yet, man, but it'll probably be here soon. I mean, New Zealand's pretty far away, so might be a while.
Damn. That's
yeah, man. Sometimes I've had stuff that's taken like 3 or 4 weeks to ship over from the US, so I'll have to be patient, man, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, you know the topics. You're up.
Oh, man. Am I the only one that kind of feels a bit bad for Golovkin? Like, I mean, like, he's got a lot of hate at the moment. And I just feel bad for the dude, man. Like, I don't know what the hell he's going to do. Like, I mean, maybe I'm just being like a sook or something, but it seems like whatever direction he goes, he's just getting bashed, man. Like, what's he going to do? Like, he can't get Saunders, can't get Canelo. If he moves up, he's probably going to lose. Like,
but he could, though, Joey. That's what he has to do. He has to decide, I'm going to do my thing without anyone else. And he can go after Saunders because Saunders is blaming him now. Saunders is saying he's the one that hasn't sent the contract. So he can go after Saunders and become undisputed and just continue to defend. He can fight Charlo next, and we're all going to love it. Jamal Charlo?
I mean, why is the guy with 3 belts chasing the dude with 1 belt? I mean, isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
He's not chasing. They sent an offer to Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders said, yes, I'll take it. They said this amount of money and come fight us in Kazakhstan. He said, yes, I'll take it. So where's the contract?
That's true. That's true, man. Anyway, the Patreon's been looking good, guys. I've been watching all the sparring footage. I got to say.
Wait. Let's start from the bottom to the top. We got the undercard with Matthew, the hipster hunter, trying to make his comeback fight versus Superman Steven. Have you seen the footage of both of these guys?
Yeah, I seen it. Look, I got to say, I am rooting for Matt just because, like, I felt a little bad for him after the last time we had to fight someone a lot bigger than him, but I got to say, like, I'm an amateur boxer myself, and I was pretty impressed with Steven. Like, I don't know how much he's edited that, but I was pretty damn impressed. I was like, damn, if I saw that guy in my gym, I would have thought he was an amateur.
When I went back and said, hey, Steven will beat all of you guys. They all laughed at me like, yeah, right, whatever. You don't have an eye for talent. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you watching this guy throw left hooks?
If my coach was like, all right, you're hopping in the ring with him, I'd put my gloves on, shake my head, I'll say, fuck, I'm about to get some work, man. Like,
yo,
he looks good, man.
He looks damn good. Did you see the way he was jumping rope? MD try to laugh at me. He's like, oh, Ness, and what he's doing, jumping rope, big fucking deal. I can do that too. I'm like, yo, that looks good. Okay. He looks good.
And you gotta have balance, and you gotta have timing, and you gotta have discipline to be able to jump rope like that. Because it's fucking easy to just be jumping rope and get tired and your feet start slagging and you can't do it, man. I mean, everyone's like, oh, I can jump rope like that. But, I mean, please upload a video if you can. Please upload a video.
MD's ego was just hurt. I've been to hundreds of gyms. I've watched champions hit the speed bag. Steven was hitting the speed bag like a pro.
I mean, Ness ducked Mario, so, you know, he's the kind of the biggest ego bursting thing. But having said that, I agree with what you're saying, but you also don't factor in that some of the guys that Ness thinks that is the most athletic, the best boxers, the slickest, or whatever the fuck, they're the guys that Ness calls cavemen. Being athletic, being in the right position, being strong, and having timing sometimes wins you fights and continuously could win you fights. So we haven't seen Steven spar, we haven't seen Steven take a punch, and we haven't seen Steven land shots properly. That's all that Ness is saying. Now,
it's been the same with me, man. I've been like feeling really good, bouncing around, hitting the bag real fast, and as soon as I jump in the ring, and like from a big dude, like especially when I first started having amateur fights, as soon as I took one punch, I was just like a scared little cat, man. Like it's like it totally changes everything. But I mean, you know, where is Steven from? Where is his ethnicity?
He's Mexican, I believe, and he's from North California. So he's like, this is what he does, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to have the same problem as me. I'm like a white boy from New Zealand, so, you know, it's not really the same. I mean, he's Mexican, so I don't know. He might be.
Steven is either Mexican or like an Argentinian or something, because he does have those great hazel eyes. But listen, we're talking co-main event now. Enrique versus Mario. What are you thinking so far since Mario's ducking footage?
I mean, man, I don't know. I kind of like Enrique reminds me of, like, we call them in my gym, we call them nuggets, like guys who are like, they're not the flashiest fighters, but he just like, he's got heart, man. He puts in the work, you know. Like, I mean, it's hard to, and I mean, I haven't seen anything from Mario. Like, I mean, I heard him talking a lot of schmack, but like, apart from that,
he was.
I mean, he's like that one dude who's like, oh, I've been in loads of fights, and you're like, really? When? I don't remember this ever happening, you know.
You're right about that. So the main event, tell us, you've seen.
But you forget to mention Mario's also Mexican too, though.
Mario,
that's true.
Mario is Mexican, and he said he had 12 fights.
I'm joking, because I don't think that ethnicity means that much about your chin. I think there's people that are Mexican that are tough as fuck, and I think people that are Mexican that could get knocked out. I don't think it's that much of a.
That's true, but yeah, that's true, man. But tell it to David Tua, man. Every Polynesian in New Zealand, they're like, oh, we can take like 100 punches. I'm not going to say no to them, man. You know. Where's
Blake Caparello from?
Hands of Stone is so wrong. Hands of Stone. First of all, HBO does put their 24/7 and their 360. First of all, 360 is a PBC thing, so that is free, and that was a main events. Excuse me, a NBC sports thing. But All Access and 24/7 is for subscription-based subscribers only. Remember, if you don't have HBO, you can't watch 24/7 or 2 days with a fighter or anything. You can't even watch Game of Thrones. Like, we're not
necessarily true. When they put out to YouTube, that you could just have access to that.
Okay, when they put it out to YouTube,
yes.
Be clear with that. When, that's how it's done. Like, that's, you know. And again, we're not telling anybody to go there. If you want to, you do. That's just how it is. Like, that's something extra that obviously people are enjoying. You know, we're not forcing anyone. This is the free show that we're here, and we're here like every day now, twice a day for free. So, you know, you don't have to go to Patreon.
Man, like, I wouldn't get Patreon if I didn't want it. You know, it's like, it's fun, man. It's just like, it's like another little bit of TBV. You know, if you want more TBV, you get it. If you don't, then you don't, man. No one's forcing you to get it. Anyway, for the main, just to make you happy, MD, I'm picking you, man. I mean, it's like they say, you know, everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face, and I mean, your punch looks pretty decent, man. So I'm going with you. Don't disappoint me, all right?
Wait, Joey, I need you to back JD or tell me that JD was wrong. Was MD's David Hay beach scene training whack or was it cool?
I mean, if it was meant to be like serious, then it was whack. But if it's just like a bit of fun, then yeah, whatever.
Nah, it was definitely some sarcasm. Well, Joey, thanks for being a great sport. And I'm going to get to some other callers. Thank you for always being a listener. We truly appreciate you. We're going to go out to Donald in Richmond, California. Donald, what's going on?
What's up, Matt? What's up, Nance? What's up, MD?
Hey, Donald, first of all, go through your topics. Don't worry about Patreon. We'll give you the interview after because obviously we want to ask everyone on Patreon the questions about the footage, but you could get through your boxing topics first and know that you'll get time for that later.
Okay. So I wanted the Golovkin and and Canelo. This is what I honestly think. I think that De La Hoya is playing games. I think Canelo and De La Hoya is playing games with Triple G, basically trying to hold him up, trying to make him get older to get the chances better for Canelo to win. I think they don't have any intention on fighting Triple G. I think they just want to pretty much hate on him and hold him up from what he can do. And what I also believe is going to happen is I think that if Canelo does not take the Sanders fight, that Canelo's going to backdoor him, and then the next thing you know, just like how Triple G and Kell Brook got announced, like if Triple G doesn't take that Sanders fight, like all of a sudden out of nowhere, headlines, Sanders is going to fight Canelo, because Canelo wants to get that belt so he can be even more in a stronger position and be dangling over Triple G's head like, ha, I got the WBO. Isn't this what you wanted? Yeah, come back over here and you're going to do what I want to do for this fight. You want this belt, you want to be unified, and then there's going to be more and more bullshit behind it. I just feel like that's what they're going to do. Now, as far as Garcia and Lomachenko, I think that would be a good fight. I honestly think that Garcia will give Lomachenko his second L. I think Garcia is that good with his ability and his timing and with his experience, and I think he can overcome Lomachenko. And another thing about Floyd, man, he fucked up boxing really big with this A-side shit, with this pay-per-view shit. I mean, it's kind of like Floyd came into boxing like how President Bush came to be the president of the United States, and like how Bush fucked up shit, and it's just taken the United States so long to get back from everything. That's kind of like how Floyd was to boxing. Floyd came in and he fucked up everything like President Bush, and it's going to take a long time to get back to the top fighters and the number one fighting the number one and all this A-side and this beat and this, all that shit. It's going to be a long time to weed that shit out for us to get boxing back to how, we want it to be. You know what I mean? But other than that, Ness, you need to put me on. Give me a fight, man. I need to. Ness don't want to give me no work.
Well, listen here, Donald. This is first things first. Everybody's calling in and submitting footage. They want to be on the card. Can you sell 15, 20 tickets? Because we can't have fighters that are not known on our card. We're trying to do Mayweather pay-per-view numbers. We're trying to be Canelo versus Mayweather with Danny Garcia and Lucas Matifo on the undercard. That's the way it is, bro. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I could. I listen, if I was really going to be involved in that.
I got a 75-pounder. I got a 75-pounder. I really honestly
You know what? I could make – listen, let me tell you this. I got two.
Listen to me. I got two 75-pounders, and here's the dilemma. They don't want to fight each other. So
who are they?
Well, there you go. They're asking the same thing about you. Who are you? Who is Donald?
Well, I mean,
how many months you been calling in, Donald? Because I don't think it's been that much. 6 months now, maybe. When's the first time you called in?
I don't know. I think it's been longer than that. I think it's probably been. I don't know. I think almost going on a year, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I can't even. Yeah, I know. I started calling in. Last year, but I've been listening to the show for a long time now.
Well, look, I got one. I can't guarantee you on this card because again, we need ticket sellers. I mean, you go to ThaBoxingVoice.com/Border Wars. We got to go. We need to get that $5,000 or there is no card. So, you know, we got to make sure that we make it to Lubin, that this fight is on, that these fighters have gear. I mean, there's
the guy you're talking about that I know, he needs to fucking put respect back on his name.
What guy?
You know I know who you're talking about.
No, not that 175 pounder, not that one.
No, the other one. I know the other one. I know both of them.
Well, look, listen, I'll tell you
Ness, he needs to put respect back on his name. If he
say the name, say the name in the chat, in our chat, because I don't think you know who I'm talking about. Because he don't need no respect. Nah, you see, it's not that one. Go ahead, Donald.
I could do 175. It's just that
Donald, listen to me, Donald. Don't make me turn this into a super mega pay-per-view because JD's still on the line, and everybody know JD has been in the ring with the greats. I mean,
and let me correct it. I did hear the person who it is, and you're right. He doesn't need respect. So
yeah, he doesn't need the respect. He's already respected.
But you know, we thought it was different people. But the other person I said, Ness, he needs respect, right?
Definitely. So Donald, let's bring it all back into perspective. We're gonna start with with Matthew versus Superman Steven. I know you're on Patreon. I know you've seen the footage. What do you think so far?
You know what? I've seen some of it. I haven't seen everything. Today, when I get a chance to sit down, I'll go through everything. This is the thing. Like the other guy was saying, like Matt has the heart. This is what I think about Matt. Man, if Matt really seriously took his training seriously and really got in there and like got involved with someone who could teach him some things and, you know, just basic stuff to say, hey, you got to do this and you got to do that. And maybe even if he said, look, I'm going to stop smoking for like a couple of weeks to get my wind up real good so I could go in here and do these 3 rounds. With the heart that Matt has, if he could put the skills with the heart and
Matt,
the
stop
cardio
giving
with
yourself
it to go the
coins.
distance. Hey, Matt, he could take a punch. I could see him doing it. You know, who was the other guy that you said he's fighting?
He's fighting Superman Steven, the producer.
Oh, okay.
You got to see the footage.
Steven was doing like 7 or 8 rounds, right?
No, that was Enrique. That was Enrique doing 8 rounds.
Okay,
but listen, you're gonna have to go see the footage, Donald.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Donald, I'm gonna go to somebody else because you ain't see the
guy.
footage. I'm gonna go to somebody else because you ain't see the footage. You got to get caught up on Patreon before you could give your take. We can't just have you, you know, as betting out here. You got to know. All right, I mean, you already know we want your 5 topics. You get through that, and I know you're on Patreon. So if you've seen the footage, we want your thoughts, your early picks. That's what we're looking for. Go. I mean, you there? Oh, did he drop off? That sucks. Well, I wonder if, I mean, listen to me. If this guy doesn't, Matt, you listening? MD, you listening? If this next caller does not pay $50 to join this raffle and possibly have a shot to be in MD's corner or in the opposite corner, I would be, I mean, you would disappoint me.
I'll put it this way. If he...
Don't even respect your ass. That's why it's time for the doctor to check your ass, nigga.
Yo, Fight Doctor in the house. On Rick James status as always. Look, I'm going to keep this quick. All right? First and foremost, Lomachenko does not deserve to be high on the pound-for-pound list. If you're going to put Lomachenko high on the pound-for-pound list, then I think you obligated to put Orlando Salido above him. So anybody who doesn't have Orlando Salido on their pound-for-pound list and above Lomachenko...
Corey Spinks should be in the Hall of Fame too, right?
Who, Orlando Salido?
Not Corey Spinks. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so, sir. I mean, no.
No, Corey Spinks shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Let's talk about...
He knocked out a Hall of Famer, though.
Okay, so, and what does that mean?
Clarify. Corey Sanders. My bad.
Buster Douglas is supposed to be in the Hall of Fame? Come on, man. What the hell kind of logic are you using?
The same logic you're using.
Once again, Boxing SAD opens his mouth and proves to the world that he doesn't know shit about boxing, okay? What are you talking about? I don't care if he knocked out. It does not matter. Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. Buster Douglas ain't going to the Hall of Fame. Period. End of. Now, having said that, don't feel sorry for Gennady Golovkin, okay? Because Christmas has come early for that man. There's no reason to feel sorry for him because at the end of the day, in his first and only step-up fight, what does he do? He lays an egg. Knockout streak over with, okay? $15 million payday.
Fight Doctor, you picked Danny Jacobs to win. How is that laying an egg?
Danny Jacobs did win, sir. He didn't get the decision.
So even if you thought he won, even if you thought Daniel Jacobs won, how did he lay an egg if you're
Anytime you want to sit down and go over the fight round for round, okay, I'll tell you exactly which rounds I thought Danny Jacobs win and why. 7 rounds to 5.
I can't wait. My
113.
Fight Doctor, I should take an hour of my time to listen because I cannot wait for that.
Listen, that's fine, okay? We can talk about it whenever you get ready, sir, okay? I'll tell you exactly which rounds I thought he won and why. Golovkin got outboxed. It's just that simple, okay?
You're not allowed to use that word. You're not allowed to use that word anymore. Not allowed to use that word anymore.
What?
You're not allowed to use that word anymore.
Golovkin got outboxed.
If you want to use that word, that's fine.
Them copy box numbers were full of shit because I saw Danny Jacobs outpunch and outland, stand toe-to-toe and get the better of the exchanges, okay? 7 rounds to 5. So, yeah, I saw Golovkin lose and get a gift. So I don't know what you're talking about. Don't feel sorry for the man, okay?
But even if you scored it 7 rounds to 5 with a knockdown, even if you scored it that way, which I think is a little ridiculous, how is that a gift?
It's a gift because he
all it takes is one guy to see one round differently, and Golovkin won the fight. 6 rounds to 6 with a knockdown.
My card. Listen.
Oh, your card.
Your card.
I forgot you have a medical school in a medical degree in fight referee and judging.
Golovkin. Listen, for somebody who doesn't know shit about boxing and trying to tell me about, stop, okay, Mr. Compy Box numbers, okay? Compy Box is so full of shit. They should outlaw Compy Box because apparently those guys are on the take because their numbers are way off, especially with regard to this fight. Golovkin and Danny Jacobs, because I definitely thought that Jacobs threw more punches and landed more punches, okay? Definitely. So leave you all with that. Once again, Boxing SAD opens his mouth, proves to the boxing universe that Roger Mayweather was correct. And with that said, I'm out.
So, Fight Doctor, you just gonna completely duck the question, huh? You don't have no plans.
Sorry, what was the question?
You have no plans on joining this $50 raffle for an opportunity to be the whole week with TBV just for $50, flight and everything, just to watch MD get that ass whooped firsthand by Canadian Jose?
Oh, well, damn. Yeah, I'm down. I'll be part of that.
How did you not?
I got 50 for that.
How did you not know about this, though? I mean, we've been talking about it for so long.
Look, the Fight Doctor is.
You fight Doctor?
A lot of pokers in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So, look, no excuse, okay? I should have known.
Yo, can you fight Doctor?
I don't want to be like Boxing SAD and not know shit, okay? So, yeah.
But no. Can you fight, though? I'm just Fight Doctor. Can you fight? Have you fought?
Oh, wait a minute. I hear a drink in Fight Doctor's hand. Is that who's drinking? Is that you?
Yes, he's damn straight. Hennessy and cranberry.
Ooh, okay.
With a splash of lemon.
Well, there you go. The two doctors enjoy cognac. Oh no, wait. Boxing, you like whiskey, right?
Yeah, I don't drink that bullshit.
Ooh.
So
why are you so rude?
On this one, because Fight Doctor's ducking my question. Can you fight? Have you fought?
Yo, you don't even know his age.
No, back in the day.
First of all, I ain't new to listen. Street fighting is nothing new to me, okay? So I'd have knocked a couple of motherfuckers out. All right.
That's right, Fight Doctor.
Okay. I'd have knocked a couple of motherfuckers out.
The annoying kid down the block that you chose to put hands on, that doesn't count.
312. Where's that from? Is that Chicago 312? Where's that? California?
That's right. Look, South Shore, where we don't take no shit, okay? Look, Chicago is the murder capital of the United States, okay? And South Shore is the second most murder capital of Chicago. We don't play that shit over here. Motherfucker come over here talking shit, get knocked the fuck out. That's how we do it. That's how we handle things over here.
Yeah, that's how it was in your area, but I don't really think that's necessarily how you were. That's kind of what I'm asking.
Ooh. Okay, well, you can bring your ass over here when you get ready to see for yourself, okay? If you brave enough. Most motherfuckers don't want to come to the hood. Okay? Because
I mean, coming to the hood and asking you if you could fight specifically are two entirely different things. You didn't address the first question, so I take that as a no. Next caller.
Okay, well, listen. Look, it's easy for you to sit in whatever lily white suburb you in talking all that bullshit, okay? But I'm over here in the hood where it's real, where motherfuckers get killed. K-I-L-T, killed. Okay.
What does that have to do with knowing how to fight? I fucking been in the ring many times. I've been in fucking fights. I've been in fights, and I would like. That's what I'm saying. I asked if you could fight. Since you can't, you act like the area you come from is hard. No, I did not come from the hood. I can fucking fight, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. You sound like an idiot.
Boxing SAD. Let me make you understand something.
Chavez Jr. Grew up richer than anybody in the show or anybody listening in this show, essentially. And the dude could at least he could fight.
And guess what? Guess what? Chavez Jr. brings his ass to over here. He getting his ass whooped, okay? Because that's how it go down.
Because some dude will come behind him with a fucking 2x4 and hit him in the head. I know how it works. I asked if you could fight, and you act, and then you say you come from a tough neighborhood. You sound pretty stupid.
He should have been walking down the street.
He ain't asking you, can you jump some dudes? He asking you, can you fight? Can you box? Have you been in?
I wouldn't want to walk in your neighborhood if it's like that. Why would I waste my time? I got better shit to do.
On the street, there is no.
I want to go to
on the street. Motherfuckers not wearing gloves.
So answer the. So you have not gotten in the ring.
No, I don't box.
All right.
Street fight. There's a difference.
All right. So, but you have.
You like kicking kids. You like kicking in the butt. Yeah, because you don't participate in sport. You don't participate in sport. You'd rather fucking. You'd rather poke somebody in the eyes and kick him in. I know how it works. Sucker punching. I know how it works. You don't think I've ever been in a fight?
I would be happy to spar a couple of rounds with boxing SAD to expose how
you would have a heart attack.
He really is.
You would have a heart attack. You're so out of shape. How what I am.
Yo, he thinks you're old boxing. He thinks you're old, fight doctor.
I mean, he's out of shape. He's sucking hard on that liquor too. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what? At 45 years old, I got more than enough to deal with boxing SAD. Okay, trust.
Yo,
not blackness alone is enough to deal with boxing SAD.
See, the truth comes out. You would not be able to go to sleep at night knowing this white boy knocked your ass out. I know that would haunt you. I know that would haunt you so much. This honky uppity motherfucker knocked you out, huh? that would literally, like, I wouldn't want to have a suicide on my. Listen, I'm trying to become a doctor and save lives. I don't want you to end.
You have to bring ass to get ass. Okay, remember that. Okay, you got to bring ass to get ass. All this shit.
We all know you got two asses in that ass pants. You know what I'm saying?
Fight doctor. I got a back MD here, right? We can all just hypothetically believe because you've been calling in so long. We gotta trust you, right? So we're gonna believe your street cred, right? But we've actually seen the doctor. He's a bit of a surgeon in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And you're not a patron, so you have.
And also, what street cred means shit when you step to me directly, like that. Even in that aspect, what does that mean? Anything? We could step in. I don't know, the middle of nowhere. Does it fucking matter where your streets are from, Fight Doctor? Come on, man. Just come back. Please don't listen to what you said tonight. It would hurt your feelings.
Street cred is more than that. I mean, it's not credibility per se. Credibility, and anyway, that credibility comes with something, right? Like if you have street credibility, then you obviously can fight. Someone is backing that, right? That's where the credit.
Yeah, but you also can't fucking claim street credibility. Like that's also like the dumbest thing ever.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's what we're only going based off his call. I mean, that's all that we have. I mean,
he didn't say people around him know the Fight Doctor's name. Like, I don't think that's true.
I don't know. We've got totally off topic here, but Fight Doctor, it's been a pleasure though. Been a pleasure. I don't know, man. I say check out MD, man. He's actually in training camp right now and looking very dangerous is all I'm saying. 214, you're up. People are actually fearful for Jose. I'm telling you right now. Class and Bound, you're up.
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, MD, Fight Doctor, you guys are always entertaining. Thank you so much. Please keep it up. I love the bromance you guys have. Second of all, these topics. So, I mean, is this really new with Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya? Well, like I said, I'm always, because we've seen this.
Well,
before.
no. It's not about Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya. It's more about Loeffler saying that the Canelo Triple G fight is more lucrative for Canelo than the Mayweather-Canelo fight. So he's like, yo, he's going to make more money in this fight than he did with Mayweather. So I don't know why they are being, so hard to negotiate with.
Well, yeah, Canelo will make more money from this fight because for the Mayweather fight, he made about $10 million. That was what he got. That's what I remember. He got $10 million. And then for Cotto, he got about $5 million. With this fight, yeah, I think Oscar De La Hoya is just trying to maximize profits. That's really just it. That's why it's so hard. He's trying to get as much bang for his buck as possible because he knows that Triple G is an actual, Triple G can beat Canelo. I'm not saying he will, but he can beat Canelo. He has all the tools. He's a very skilled boxer for a reason. He's one of the best for a reason. He should just take the Billy Joe Saunders fight, just unify, because at the end of the day, even if he loses to Canelo, he still unifies. So, that's something. As far as who was I going to say? So did you hear about what's his face? So did I hear Brandon Rios and Cotto? Wasn't Brandon Rios supposed to fight Victor Ortiz?
Well, they're reporting Cotto now.
That's insane. Rios is gonna get whitewashed. That's not gonna be a fight. That's, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna take that fight too seriously because Cotto was supposed to get Kirkland, but I guess we're not getting that either. I guess. All in all, Lomachenko is fighting this coming Saturday. That'll be good. He'll continue to show why he's one of the best. I also wanted to get your guys' opinion on something. So with that $50 million tournament that they keep talking about, why is it that we don't really talk about the super middleweight division that much? We talk a lot about middleweight and then light heavyweight, but super middleweight has a lot of really tough guys up there. And there's also talks that Arum is suggesting that Golovkin will most likely, his first test up will be against my guy, Gilberto Ramirez, at 168. I would love to see that fight because I would be picking Ramirez. So that's basically my call.
All right. Thanks for calling in. Class Inbound. We're going to go to Joshua in New Orleans.
Yeah, how y'all doing, man? I want to ask the MD question. He was asking the fight doctor since the fight doctor was dancing around him. I'm from Northern Louisiana. We kill down here too, but I can fight. I haven't been in the ring. My call with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight Triple G. He will make more money in this fight. They do not want to fight Golovkin. Golovkin will beat Canelo when they do fight. Even though I think Golovkin is hyped, and I talked about him many a times on this show to say what I do think that hype job Golovkin will beat Canelo hype job because Canelo is just fully hyped and he's protected. He doesn't fight no top fighters at 154. The fights he had in his past, they still his best fight was Floyd Mayweather and he lost it. So he lost every landing Lauer too as well. And everybody else, he struggled with Austin Trout, but he got knocked down, and they're giving him credit for that. And the dude still fights no one. Mike Garcia against Lomachenko. I'm waiting for that fight. I heard a caller say, talk about Mike Garcia being skilled enough to beat Lomachenko. I'm going to agree with him as well. Mike Garcia is a fighter who's skilled in his own way. He's very technical. And I don't think he'll let a fighter like Lomachenko get in there and dictate and do what he want to do, which a lot of fighters do. Also, Lomachenko hasn't fought a fighter like Riegendahl or somebody highly skilled as him. So we can't really put him on that pound-to-pound level, which a lot of people want to put him at with only 8 fights. And when he step in the ring with them type of fighters, because he already did lose to Salido, so I can only imagine when he fight a Riegendahl or fight maybe a Mikey Garcia. And Lord, he needs to stay away from a Terrence Crawford, or if he fight that guy, that other Cuban, Bartholomew. fighter like that, I think they'll give Lomachenko the business. That's my call.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. Going to the state of the boxing MD, Steve in Florida. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? What do you hear? What do you say? When we getting a doctor battle out there, man? I'm getting hyped about that now. Is that like this year or is that next year?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We got to see if Fight Doctor signs that type of contract. But right now, MD is just like Danny Garcia, man. He's all booked.
So what I heard that, can we get to this fight without? I'm gonna put in for the raffle, but you can't get there without that, huh? It's either two people or nothing, huh?
Yeah, man. There's just no way I could invite all those people to his gym. You know what I mean? It's not possible.
Well, just give me the address. Just give me the address. I'll just show up.
Ah,
You ain't
yeah.
gonna invite me.
That'll work.
I'm close to you guys, man. I can come down there quickly. I want to see this fight, so. But all right, I guess I'll.
I mean, listen. To sit at my table, to eat at my table, like I don't even know who you are. You would not be able to eat at my table, unfortunately. That's what I'm saying.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay. So it's like that. Okay. All right. I bet I want to eat at your table. Maybe I'll fucking flip your table over, spit in your face. How about that?
Okay.
I don't know.
If you're that obsessed with it, go ahead.
I think there was definitely two misunderstandings there, right?
Well, I took it as an insult, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't mean that, and then I'll retract it. But if that's not what he meant.
Are you saying that you could just show up to the gym and get a fight with one of us?
No, he was saying show up to the gym to
no.
view the fight. To view the fight. That's what I'm saying. There was a lack of there was a miscommunication there on both of you guys. He was asking, can he just show up to view the fight? That he really wants to view the fight.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not TBV. That's Ness. So
you're not TBV.
Yeah.
That's
No, it's all good.
No,
No,
it's just a fact.
I set no rules here. MD sets no rules.
Yeah, it's a capacity issue and obviously a liability issue, right? Like these guys are signing waivers and things like that. I mean, this is just, you got to be careful, right? And I don't want to have a P. Diddy situation on my hands, so I'm keeping it to something I feel I could control, and that's two lucky guys, bro. I'm sorry. Those are the rules, but at least those two lucky guys get to listen for $50. Two lucky guys get to, fly in, hang out all week. They're gonna be hanging out, and every time we eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they'll be there, right? Because they'll probably be booked in the same hotel. They'll get to come to the fight, and it'll be a jolly old time.
Listen, and these guys, like, as much shit as we talk, like after the fight, before the fight, if you come, like, you guys are gonna have a great time. Like there's shit planned. I know a bunch of places in Orlando. Like it's gonna be like a time of your life. The fight is just a part of the experience.
It really is. I mean, just think about the TBV appreciation night. For all the guys that have gone to the appreciation nights or all the guys that have watched the videos of our appreciation nights, think of it as that, only smaller and more intimate, right? Because it'll be with me, Enrique, Mario, BoxingMD, Matt, and Doomsday. And obviously Erickson Lubin, So very, very cool thing for $50. It's a steal. It's a steal. I mean, we're talking flight, food, all that, hotel. It's a steal. But listen, you didn't even get your call in because you guys misunderstood each other. I'm glad that I was able to be the mitigator there. I didn't want anybody stabbing MD. This guy Steve is in Florida, bro. He'll flip your fucking table over and spit in your face. You better go.
What part of Florida are you from?
I'm from South Florida.
South Florida.
Oh, being general. Anyways, that's fine.
Boca Raton.
Okay. I was just there. I was at the what place in Boca?
Damn, you trying to narrow him down? What are you, Eagle?
No. Where's the place with I Pick Movies? What's the name of that? I was down there. It's amazing.
I Pick?
Oh yeah.
That's off Federal Highway.
Damn, I went.
Yeah.
I went to iPick out here, bro, and I even made a video because I wanted to show it. It was the best theater I ever been to in my life.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
And it's actually really cheap. It's really cheap because
it's very cheap.
It's like $18. You get popcorn and a water.
Oh my God, I didn't even. I actually ours sells like gourmet food. Like you can
Oh
get-
no, that's included. Fuck yeah, you get like sliders, you get like steaks, you get beer and liquor. It's amazing.
Yeah, the popcorn is free. They just bring that shit like here. I'm like, wow.
Oh,
But
yeah,
Steve, go ahead. Let's start this
Yeah,
clock,
take
brother.
your
We're killing you. We're gonna start this clock.
All right, good looking. Yeah. So what? I caught it a little bit late. What are we talking about? Golovkin and.
Well, we're talking that Tom Loeffler is
Cotto?
saying. Listen, Tom Loeffler is saying he doesn't understand why this is taking so long to get done when Canelo's gonna make more money than he did versus Mayweather. Do you believe that he will make more money versus do you think he'll make more money versus Golovkin than he did versus Mayweather?
Well, what's I think it's what he's looking for basically a cap on Golovkin, and he's going to rake all the cash, right? He was going to put him at 10, and now he's probably going to knock him down because Golovkin's numbers were not great for the Jacobs fight, right? So he's probably going to put him at 8. He'll probably net. I don't know, probably what 25 maybe on the whole fight, depending on what's the co-feature. Maybe I don't know. So he maybe 15, 17. Am I off with that or?
I don't know. I mean, both Matt and MD felt that that Canelo would make more versus Golovkin than he did. I mean, they said I think that he got around 10 or 12, even as high as 15 versus Mayweather.
I think the numbers I heard were like 12 or 14.
But it's kind of self-explanatory now that I think about it. If the highest that he did with Mayweather was, let's say, 15, for argument's sake, and Canelo's at one point offered Golovkin allegedly 15, well, obviously he's going to make more than Golovkin.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
I heard 10 and 15. There were two offers. No, didn't you hear the 15 number too, MD?
I've heard it, whether it's from somebody in the chat or whether it's from the person himself. I don't know.
Rumors anyway, right? I mean, just like the rumor is now with this with the pay-per-view, the offers decreased is allegedly what's taking place. But what about Miguel Cotto and Brandon Rios going to be mixing it up allegedly?
I mean, that's all right. Nothing special, man. I think it'll go with the cards. They'll probably go to decision, but because Rios ain't going down. Cotto. It'll probably be a good battle, but I mean, it's too to really see.
Tim Bradley stopped him though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but that was more of an accumulation. I don't think he's gonna like give up. Rios isn't that guy, man. So I don't know. He may get a stoppage, but Cotto's really nothing anymore, man. I'll watch him on a fight, but it's not really anything. It's not high level shit anymore. He's not that guy anymore. So I don't like watching him that much.
Steve, have you been watching the footage on Patreon?
No, I haven't. No.
All right. So
I gotta sign up.
Oh, ooh. All right. We wanted to get people's takes. No problem. Let's get to our co-producer, the lovely.
Yo, if you could afford, I pick.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can. I said, I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Yo, 10 points. 10 points. Where's that movie from?
No clue. MD, you're a movie buff.
Fight Club. Never mind.
Oh, Fight Club.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's not really a boxing movie.
Are you doing your own little personal? Are you doing your own personal Fight Club right now? Yeah, she's gonna turn into an underground TBV Fight Club.
TBV Promotions, you know what I'm saying?
TBV Fight Club. Anywho, how you guys doing this evening?
We're good. We're good.
Monster, for the record, you've had about a minute of the call already, so.
What the fuck you said?
Your introductions lasted a minute.
My introduction lasted a minute. Because you guys keep pausing.
Monster, how's your weekend going? Was it good? Did you have a good weekend?
Monster, you seen the tape. Has Jose got a chance to whoop MD's smart little smug ass or what? Are you going to be cheering for Jose?
I'm not going to be cheering for absolutely no fucking body.
Why?
Does that answer your question?
Not really. I just said why.
Oh, because I don't care. Nah, I do care. I'm joking. I don't know, man. I think I really haven't seen all of the videos. I only saw one, and it was the Matt one. So he's the only one I want to like cheer for right now. I haven't been able to see everybody else.
Yeah, you got to check out Steve.
But I also been, yeah, I do. I also been kind of sick, and it hasn't been really good news. So
yeah, I know, Monster. This call's lacking some energy. Come on.
I'm okay, man. Don't worry about me. You, especially you. Please don't worry about me.
I'm just saying, like, this call's putting me to sleep, kind of.
That's good. I'm glad. Trust me, you won't have to worry about it anymore. Nestor, can I talk about Mikey Garcia real quick and Lomachenko?
Of course. You could talk about anything you want.
Thank you. Real quick, I really would prefer this. I don't mind seeing the Mikey Garcia and Lomachenko fight that gets made, but personally, I would have loved to see Mikey with either Robert Easter, but I can understand how Robert Easter right now is somebody who is a new stable and he's coming up and he just became world champion. I think they're trying to push him a little bit more, so I could understand if they wouldn't want to put him with somebody more seasoned fighter like Mikey Garcia, but that would have been great. I also wouldn't have not mind seeing Mikey Garcia versus Linares. I think that match, both men are confident. Both men are extremely confident. I would have loved to see how that would have matched up in the ring. They both, I believe, are great fighters too. And Linares throws a lot of combinations, so I would have loved to see how that would, be against Mikey Garcia. But besides that, it was I would have loved to see that better than the Lomachenko. But I'm a fight fan, so I would definitely watch it. I wouldn't mind it. And the whole Triple G and Canelo thing, listen, that fight is not. I want personally Triple G to fight real quickly. I would have liked Triple G to fight Saunders, be undisputed, and then from there just decide whatever he wants to do. Whether fight Canelo, whether move up, move down. But once you have declare yourself undisputed in your division, I think that would be much better for him, and then he could just decide what the fuck he wants to do from there. Because the Canelo fight, in my opinion, is not that serious. It's not like a Canelo versus Lara or Canelo versus Angulo or Trout. It's not anything like that. I think that fight is more for entertainment purposes, and it's just to generate money, just like the whole Mayweather and fucking Pacquiao shit was just a shit show too. So I really think that he should just become undisputed and then decide what the fuck he wants to take, his next direction to. That's it. All right, guys, I have to really go, and I wish you all the best. I love you all. So take care. I'll talk to you soon, and we're going to have more guests, so please stay tuned to that.
All right, Monster, take it easy. We're going to go to a courtesy one-time ringer status for Santiago, since he's one of the guys that have already put in his ballot for an opportunity to travel with us to Florida. Because, Santiago, whose corner are you picking if you win? Which corner are you trying to be in?
That actually has to be a question, really.
I don't know.
My California brother.
I mean, you could also be saying oh, well, I wanted to actually be in Matt's and Jose's corner since it's two separate fights. I didn't know if it was possible, Ness, but that's what I was really shooting for.
I was pretty much already banking with Matt as it was anyway. So I am helping you train with Info Joe and everybody here on the West Coast TBV.
Santiago, hold on 1 second. Don't the winners get to be in the corner of every fight?
I would assume. I mean, if whatever, but it's obviously we've been pitching whatever corner they wanted to be in, really. But they're going to be there for every fight. I mean, they're going to be there for every fight.
So, what corner do you want to be in for the Mario and Enrique fight, in the MD and Jose fight.
If you win, wait a minute. If you win, there's two other people.
Okay, obviously, if I were to win and if I have my choice of corner for each of the 3 fights, I would like to be in Enrique's corner because he seems to be cut from the same cloth as me style-wise. I see it in the training footage that you guys have put out for him. And between Jose and MD, I would probably be with Jose because you guys put it out there for me when we were at the party if I'd be willing to train him from the get-go.
Cool. So
yeah, but Jose's gone professionals in Canada though. You know what I'm saying? Like he
obviously you're not gonna pick against Matt, but be honest. Watching the footage of Superman Sugar Steve, aka TBV's real Triple G, you're not worried?
Oh no, don't get it wrong, man. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys on all 3 of these fights, man. I am definitely worried. I mean, seeing the training footage of Steven on and everything, it was kind of like, holy fucking shit, man. We got a long.
Yeah, but Santiago, you weren't worried about Matt versus me. Isn't that kind of weird? Fight lasted 1 punch.
Well,
we also had no footage of you.
Yeah, but we had no footage of either one of these guys. So it's kind of like we only had hearsay to work on. This time, every TBV 24/7's out. Everyone's getting to see everything about all the fighters on this card. And same thing with you, MD. Early predictions, I'd be favoring you over Jose.
I don't know. Wait a minute, Santiago. You don't like the jab of Jose? I mean, if you watch that 3-minute sparring, and it was 3 minutes and 30 seconds that he did straight, he was active all 3 minutes. I don't even see pros throw that many punches. And he was up and down. It was like a fucking paintbrush, up and down with the jab. Now, I will be honest, because I see MD laughing. There was absolutely
this is so
wait, man. Damn, I'm being honest, bro. There was no power behind it. He lacks the killer instinct. He really does. Like in one of I'm not even gonna give that away. In one of the other clips, you see when he landed that big ass right hand. Don't say what he did, but I was
but don't use the word big ass first off. And I'm saying is
you
bullshit so hard that you go too far when you say oh, I haven't even seen pros throw it so far. So I mean, just be a little more careful when you bullshit us.
Yo, you're just such a hater. If I was saying that you look like a pro, I bet you wouldn't be interrupting my.
No, because you never do that. You never do. No, you never do that. No, you never. No, you never do that.
We both know how I feel. I can't wait to get this one over so that you and Steven can see each other, and he's gonna kill you. Bottom fucking line.
The truth is this.
I said, all my money is on Steven. All my money is on.
Why do I listen? Well, if there's a fight next, if I choose to fight next, it will be with whoever I choose to fight. I would have
a duck already.
He already has a fight.
In text, you was already telling
me. You ducked Mario on air. You had no fight. You had no fight on air, and you ducked Mario on air.
He don't want me to tell the truth. He don't want me to tell the truth. In text, you was already like, well, I don't know if I even fight, and it depends how much I want. Like, yo, you already.
It's what I said about Jose, and the only reason I took the fight with Jose. 1 second. The only reason I took the fight with Jose is because he put the money up. How much money are you willing to put up for me to fight next, Ness? Because Jose put up all the money for the fight. So I don't. I'm not. This is not blood sport for free.
So let that sink in. Let that sink in. This is not blood sport for free. You're only fighting Jose because he put the money up.
Yes.
All right, let me talk now. Let it all sink in, everything that you said. All right? Let it all sink in. And keep in mind, no one has to say numbers here. You and I know what we're talking about. So now your first and your second fight, you're being paid for, right? Yet you're calling me a ducker because I won't fight Mario for free. You're calling me a ducker. Hold on. You'll get your opportunity. You're calling me a ducker, right? Essentially the biggest fucking A-side on TBV. You're calling me a ducker because I want to do my fight in a different country? Fuck out of here. Anybody fights me.
Jose paid me directly to fight.
And let's not. And
he put up the money.
And let's not tell stories.
And it wasn't until I begrudgingly.
Let's not tell stories here. The only reason you're worried because I already came out and said I will front all the money for you and fucking Steven right now.
I'm fighting Jose. I have a fight with Jose. Why would I not fight Jose?
Because you got honor. You got honor. I don't
No, Ness. No. He wants me to try to lose.
I got honor. No, you got fucking fear for Steven's left hook. You seen that left hook.
I'm not fearful of any TBV of anybody on TBV. That's for damn sure. But I will say one thing.
He's no Matt, and Matt is gonna find out that he is no fucking boxing MD.
The punch lasted 1 round with Matt. Matt knows how hard I punch. Steven doesn't hit as hard. So that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that I have a fight with Jose. Ness is so vindictive, that he's so manipulative, that he's trying to get me to not fight Jose, to fight Steven instead?
I did not.
Like, you're so ridiculous. 1 second. Well, this whole thing is happening because Jose's generous enough to put up the money. So don't disrespect Jose because you're so vindictive.
Liar. You're such a liar. This is really.
I never lie.
Sure. You just fucking don't tell the truth. This is exactly what happened.
I've never lied one time on the show.
Can I speak and tell the truth? Nestor tells the truth. And from now on, I would never stop the show not to tell the truth. I used to think that it was better for me not to tell the truth and do this on there. Fuck that. Always on there from now on. This is what happened. I got the footage of Steven and I was impressed. Why? Because I'm an honest guy. I'm an honest guy that's been covering the sport of boxing. And when someone sends me footage, the quality that fucking Steven sent me, and he never told me he was a fighter. He never told me he fought. I'm impressed. Why? Because I watch professionals do it. And when I look at Steven, I do not see somebody like myself who hasn't done it. That's all. So I was excited. And in our group chat, I said it, and teasingly, I said, oh, Steven will fuck everybody up. Not in those words.
And no. And then you said specifically he would knock me out. You said he would knock me out before I even responded because I have a life.
You will get your opportunity. I don't cut you off, brother. So, and since you want to say that, so I don't cut you off when you do say it, by the time I said he would knock you out was obviously after you were already butthurt because your ego.
I didn't say one thing.
That if we
I didn't say one thing, you said it, Ness. You were provoking the whole time. But
dude, so are you going to sit here and say that my first comment in that group chat was Steven knocks your head off, MD? No, I said the first thing I did say was probably Steven beats everybody.
And I don't think I addressed. And then you said knock him out. I go, Ness, are you fucking crazy? He's gonna knock me out. Are you crazy? Steven's gonna knock me out. I get. Right. And then I told Ness. I go, I bet you any amount of money you have that he won't knock me out. I said that. I said that in the chat. And then Ness goes, well, why don't you not fight Jose? Why don't you not fight Jose and fight Steven instead?
Well, you're the one
that's knocking. I'm like, I have a fight with Jose. He put up the money. Jose put up the money to fight me. That's how it works.
You just said it on air. You made the challenge. I made it possible, and then you want to use honor in Jose.
Who made what challenge?
Rewind it. You just said what you just say right now. When you said everything about knocking him out, or me saying the you said the Ness. You want to bet I want he won't knock me out?
You're such a guy who has no fights, Nestor Gibbs, right? Just wants to see blood sport for his entertainment or for the entertainment.
So this is my idea.
Take a fight. Take a fight with the caller who called in that said they had hands before. Take a fight.
Take
a fight, tough guy. Take a fight.
Is this my idea?
What?
Is this my idea?
What's your idea?
Is this my idea?
What is this?
Border Wars.
I mean, the only thing that wasn't your idea is a fight between me and Jose. So I don't know. It's not my idea.
Hold on a minute. The fight between me and Steven, the fight between Steven and Matt, that was mine, or was that Steven that created that?
Doesn't matter, Ness. Why are we talking about this? What does this have to do with anything?
Because you're the one.
You're the one who's saying that I should avoid a fight with Jose to fight Steven because you think Steven could beat me. You sound like a fucking douche. It's the stupidest thing. First off, it's disrespectful to fucking Jose, who put up more money than anybody else to fucking get in the ring with me, which is his choice, but I respect it. That's it. He put up more money than anybody's put up for a fight, and you're disrespecting him like that?
No one asked you.
He has a chance to beat me in his mind, so why the fuck are you talking like that?
No one asked you not to fight Jose. Again, you don't want to tell the truth. I was bigging Steven up. Your ego got hurt, and you said he won't knock me out. You want to bet he doesn't knock me out, Ness? I said, all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
And what did I say? I said, after a fight with Jose, we could talk about fighting whoever. And then your fucking immature, instigating, non-fighting ass never even seen you hit a motherfucking heavy bag, tough guy. We all know you're just like whoever you came from a tough area. Never seen you hit a heavy bag. Okay, let's continue. You're the one who's instigating more fucking fights than anybody. So
the sad part
is that nobody wants to fight you.
You're so hurt.
No, I'm not, Ness. You're just a fake tough guy. You're a fake tough guy.
Insane. You're so hurt that Steven looks better than you. It's insane. Corey, get a fucking life, Corey. How about that? How about that? You won't get any fame off TBV. You fucking two-timing ass. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, moving on to the
Ness ducking on air. Ness already ducking. Ness doesn't have a fight though. I do. So nobody could fight me right now except Jose. That's a fact.
True. And then your next fight, you don't know about it. Even though the bill says,
you know why you don't know about it? Because I'm my own man. I don't have no fucking slave master. Okay, so I can fight if I want to fight, and I don't have to fight if I don't want to fight. If I choose not to fight, oh well, Ness. Oh
exactly, well. Andre Ward. But then don't criticize Andre Ward because the bill says eliminator on it.
No, Ness. I'll just go back to my medical school class. No, I'll go back to school. I'll continue school. So shut the fuck up, Ness.
He's ducking Steven already.
I'm gonna take brain damage for free. Ness expects I'm gonna be his hoe, but I ain't no fucking hoe. I'm the only one that calls you out on your bullshit. Blood sport. Nah, Ness. Tough guy. Fight Mario. Fight Ness. Fight Mario. Why'd you duck him on air? Because you don't want to see a shorter guy knock your ass out, I guess, right? Because you're this big, scary dude. I get it. We all know. Nestor Gibbs, the fucking giant, who really has no footwork. Who really, I don't know. Were you fucking around, Enrique? You land that right hand. I didn't see shit land.
So why you want Mario? If you don't see any talent, why you asking Mario to get in the ring?
Because you ducked. I'm claiming out you ducked Mario. I have a fight right now. I'm not saying I won't. I'm not saying I won't fight anybody else on the panel, including you. Well,
I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, like I told you in the chat, like I keep saying on air, right? Because I have never asked anyone to fight. What you guys?
Oh no, plenty of people have asked you to fight, but they're nobodies, right?
No. But before, listen, let's just be clear. Before we ever entertain sparring, people have asked me, and I don't do it. I've only done it with Sean Porter. And when Matt asked you to do it, I called you off air, and I said, don't do it, didn't I? So don't be mad now that people are calling you out every day. Don't be mad. You open the door, not me. Santiago, you can finish.
I don't care. And I could also choose not to fight. That's my prerogative, right? I could choose not to fight.
It is
but
Canelo's
the only fight that I'm fighting, the only fight that I have right now, and I will take it.
It's also Canelo's prerogative not to fight, and it's also
these are what they do for a living, Ness.
Canelo's prerogative to choose the.
I'm getting Ness. I'm essentially being compensated for travel and whatever the fuck. I'm doing this for free again. So these guys are getting paid millions. I'm going to I have an entirely different career, an entirely different life. It doesn't mean I don't like to spar. It doesn't mean I don't like to fight. But I'm not being a hoe for you for free, Ness. And you should take a fight, period. Why don't you fight Doomsday? Why don't you fight anybody? Fight somebody. You don't have a fight, Ness. You don't want to embarrass yourself because you're the fucking tough guy that doesn't want to get seen lose because you can't come back to this shit if you fucking lose. And you know that. You can't come back. You want me to try to lose so you could try to bully me, but your ass can't fucking fight because you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose on air.
Okay. So now that you said that, let's just bring everything into perspective because you are the TBV liar. And the truth of the matter is, Nestor Gibbs has already said he would fight for $100 more than what you're getting. Am I right or am I wrong? You don't have to say numbers. But you know that. You know that. So why are you lying to these people? Why are you lying?
$100 more than what?
Then you are receiving.
So then why don't you put that out there? Why don't you put it out there? Say, I get this amount of money and you can fight me.
And I have. So stop lying.
To who?
On air. On air. Multiple shows. Matt, please come out. I know he hasn't been saying nothing for much longer. End this.
No, but you said that. You've said that.
Thank you. This guy's a fucking lunatic. I'm telling you.
So you're saying that everybody's afraid to fight. Everybody's afraid to fight you. Is that what you're saying, Ness?
So who has called in and said yes? You fucking idiot.
Well, there's plenty of people. No, there's plenty of people, Ness.
Okay. Who? Let's continue since you want to melt down. Who?
I mean, listen, I don't know, because all these callers have a deception that you're this big bad wolf, but there's plenty of guys who
that there are people, and now you don't know who. You're just wasting time.
Who's that guy that you just yelled at to get off the fucking 2-time whatever the fuck?
And I will explain him off air. Anything else? Anyone else other than the guy that you have never seen?
Let's ask every single. I mean, the truth is, Ness, right? The truth is, nobody's even thought about fighting you because nobody's even said it before. You've just the whole time been instigating. Now that it's out there, and I'll put it out there again, right? Nestor, big bad wolf, right? If you want to prove that Nestor is not a big bad wolf, call him out, because just like anybody calling us out, because Ness is not who he says he is. He's not this big tough guy. So if all you guys are from the streets and can fight, why don't you prove it and call Nestor Gibbs out? I have a fight right now. He's with Jose, but you guys had an opportunity to call out Ness.
Now, let's just be clear. Are the terms identical to yours, or are they not? Are they open because I'm Nestor Gibbs?
What do you mean?
Because what the listeners don't know is off air, hasn't there been talk amongst us about what fighters can and can't fight due to popularity? We haven't spoken about.
Yes, aren't you popular enough that any fight would make the needle move?
Okay.
Because the show can operate without me, and I bring no popularity. So essentially, I'm nothing, and you're everything. So this would move the needle itself.
Listen, I'm just staying as close to boxing as possible. I'm trying to show that even you, who every day you try to defend Triple G, you're giving the A side what you just argued about in the beginning of this show. You're giving the A side all the power. You're saying it shouldn't matter who I fight. I move the needle. Okay. What other terms?
I'm being sarcastic. Because that's what you always say. You always say that, Ness. You always say.
I want you to give me all the terms on air, since you say that I lie. What other terms?
In terms of what?
You're the one fishing from the audience to fight me, so give the audience your terms, right?
To fight you?
I mean, you're the one looking for someone to fight me.
I'm just saying that they could call you out and give them your own terms, and you could decide to make it, but it has to be public, right? The first fight that was offered for me, I took. Period.
Yo, both of your fights have been
what? Have been what, Ness?
Handicaps.
How
One
so?
guy was 50 pounds lighter. Let me finish. And the other guy hasn't fought and needs to learn how to fight.
Is it my fault they want to fight me?
No, it's not your fault. It's just very convenient.
And what are you, Ness?
It is. Hold on a minute.
What are you, Ness? No. But what are you, Ness? No. Actually,
hold on a minute, Bobby. Hold on a minute. You're just very convenient that the guys that want to fight you are less skilled. But now that Steven came along, now you don't know if you're going to fight anymore. That's the point I'm making. That's the point. When it's Matt, yeah. When it's Canadian Jose, oh yeah. When it's Steven hitting that bag the way that he's hitting it with that left hook, hell no, we got to talk about it. And
I mean, is Steven put up whatever hundreds of dollars?
Story.
Exactly, it's not.
Yeah.
You're just an instigator, Ness. There's plenty. Corey Lee, I don't know who he is. I don't know who these people are.
Yo, you forgot. You saying is Steven putting up $800? Why are you lying when you know that I said I would put up the money? And then that's when you brought up Honor and Jose. Remember? You keep forgetting this. Let's move on.
Because I already exactly.
So then why are you arguing when you know you won't take the fight?
Okay, so if he puts up that money after the fight, who knows? I may or may not take it.
Money. Stop saying it's about money live on the show when you know I said I would front the money.
It's not about money, Ness. I have a fight with Jose, and then I'll decide if I want to ever fight again. I'll make that decision, right? I have the right to step away. Seriously. I don't know what you're trying to do. All I'm saying is that you sound like a fucking.
I'm trying to paint the picture of the bully. The guy that fights a guy that's 50 pounds bigger than him. The guy that fights another guy.
Matt called me out. Matt begged for it. Matt begged for it. Matt begged for it.
Like Mario begged for it. Mario's begging me for it. But I understand that.
Oh, you're too nice. You're too nice.
I understand that he's 5'5" and outsized by 100 pounds. And I told him, relax, MD, because you try to make me out like this bad guy, and it's pissing me off. I told Mario specifically, get the fuck rank so I won't feel like an abuser. Unlike you, who chose to beat up Matt and then try to fucking make him feel like shit afterwards when you knew you had an advantage.
You know what, Ness? You're so like, that's the shitty thing is, yeah, I did that. I did what I had to do. But you're like,
what you had to do.
It's just you know the problem is, Ness, that I'm so much smarter than you, Ness. That your fucking manipulation is so obvious to me. It's so obvious. You're the ringleader. You're the ring. Fight this guy. Oh, he's talking shit. Fight this guy. And you sit back there, ha 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 ha, like a little fucking douchebag, like a fucking evil manipulator. Get your fucking hands dirty, Ness. Get him dirty. Get him dirty, bro. With who? There's plenty of people out there. You go to some callers. We'll put it out there. Somebody's gonna fight you. Nobody's ever thought to fight you because nobody's even thought about that. Nobody's even thought about it because you don't talk about fighting, yes? Because everybody thinks you're this big, tall demon.
I'm not a fighter.
Get the fuck over yourself.
I'm not a fighter. You chose to fight.
Come on.
You chose to fight Matt, and you opened that door. That's what you don't get. I've been doing this for how many years? No one's ever said, Ness, I want to fight you. When? You've been listening to this show. People want to fight you because of your attitude.
Santiago's on the line.
Yes, there's plenty of people who want to fight you. They just don't call into the show because they don't like you.
MD.
They just don't like you. They don't call into your show. They don't like you, Ness. Plenty of people want to fight you.
MD, I've go to more fights than you, stupid.
Okay.
You sound stupid.
This guy who doesn't even know how to conjugate verbs is calling me stupid. Interesting. Very interesting.
Your ego is hurt because Steven looks better than you, in my opinion, and you value my opinion so much that you're hurt that Nestor doesn't think you look better than Steven.
Nope. It's actually nothing to do with that. It's the fact that I feel like you are fucking having blood sport.
That's exactly what it is.
Nope, never at all. You continue to undercut me.
All I did was check that Steven looks good, and you got so jealous.
Jealous of what, Ness? I never cared about your opinion. I've never cared. Have I ever listened to you? No. So don't act like I care about your opinion.
All to Steven. I hope you know. I screenshotted it all to him. I wanted him and his girl to have a laugh.
A laugh about what?
About you and how fucking.
This is not about me and Steven. This is about me and you, Ness. This is about how you are as a fucking the TBV Don King ringleader, right? About your fucking
more than you.
Ness, I don't give a fuck about that. Steven's not even on the show. He doesn't even show up to the show. He's just this guy. I don't know what you're like. I don't even know what you're saying.
I care because I'm asking. All I did was ask callers, what do they think of Steven's footage, and what do they think of Steven being able to beat everyone on TBV? That pisses you off. This all happened because I'm asking every caller that one question. Only the callers that seen the footage.
You're so you know the sad thing is.
So why does it bother you?
I don't have time to go back in the text message because I don't give a fuck. All I'm saying is that you said that and he would knock you out, right?
Why does it upset you?
All I'm saying is that he would knock you out.
Why can't I ask them that? Why does it upset you? Why can't I ask them that?
Because you're
having a meltdown.
Because you're the dude who's never even been in a ring, and all these people are fighting, and you're sitting there talking about getting people knocked out.
Footage of me in the ring.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Well, that's your problem.
I saw Enrique, who literally moves like a zombie, get inside, and you look really uncomfortable.
Take his place. Stop looking for other.
I have a fight.
Exactly. You got to fight. You don't want to get beat the fuck up properly.
I mean,
you rather take advantage.
You know, the sad thing is, if you actually followed my life, the person that I sparred would knock you out in 3 seconds.
I'm sure
you're not this fucking tough guy, bro. You're not this tough guy.
Hey Matt, let's do.
I don't act like I'm this tough guy. You do for the you know.
He had 50 pounds on you, Matt. I think I have less than that.
We all know that Matt is always going to defend you, Ness. He works for you. This is sick, Ness. You're sick.
I think I have less than that on you, Triple G. Like, you're good for guys, for welterweights to move up. Won't you move up? It's the same weight difference. And then you don't got to say that I can't fight. You don't got to say that I'm this pussy. You could prove to the world that I'm a pussy. You could do it, but you can't. And the girlfriend that you bring, the little nurse, she would have to be nursing and attending you. And you know it. That's why you're looking for other people.
Who am I looking for? I have a fight with Jose, and after that's done, we could talk. We could talk terms, Ness. We could talk terms.
Of course you.
I don't have a fight, Ness. We could talk terms if you want to. I don't give a fuck. After the Jose fight.
Yo, after the Jose fight. What fight is bigger, Triple G? You and fucking Jose, or you and me, pussy?
I have a legal
pussy. You scared?
pussy. I'm scared. I'm scared, pussy.
Prove
Yeah,
it.
okay, Ness.
You said that I'm all talk. You said I'm all crap. There's no.
You are all talk, Ness. You are all talk.
From the hood, Ness. So don't look for
You
no
are all talk. Get somebody even within 20 pounds of you, and they whoop your ass if they know how to fight, Ness.
Look, he's like a little brother saying, "Hey, big brother, come fight my fight."
No, I mean, Ness. This is how it always gets. You get annoyed that you think I'm manipulating and being mean and being whatever because you verbally can't argue with me, and then you immediately try to attack me this and this way. It's so obvious.
First of all,
Ness. You play this fucking hard bad guy role on the show. I don't
take the fight. Stop fucking dancing around the fucking bushes. Take the fight, pussy. Santiago, talk. This pussy don't want to fight. He want easy fights.
Man, my call would have ended at least 6 callers ago, if not a little bit more.
But you got some good drama.
Lord.
You got some good drama.
90 seconds.
You got to see that he won't take that same fucking. You got to see that he won't take that same disadvantage he was so happy for Matt to take. You take that disadvantage now.
Matt begged me to fight him.
Yeah.
You know I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And I begged you not to. But you don't say that.
Beg me not to. Shut the fuck up, Ness. You're a liar. Begged me not to.
Liar. Take the fight, pussy.
Beg the fight.
Prove it. Prove it. Take the fight. Prove everything you saying, everything you believe. Prove it.
I have a fight, Ness. I have a fight. You can laugh all you want, Ness. I have a fight.
Santiago, go ahead. He fights for honor.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it simple when it comes to the topics at hand. Obviously, Canelo's promoters angling for the biggest bang for his buck. You know, marinate the fight just like they tried to do with Leonard and Hearns. But like, obviously, that's with the whole understanding that Canelo is gonna get past Chavez, and he's looking good. So we'll see what happens. Because
10 seconds.
Chavez might score the opposite, and an immediate reaction show might just say Chavez versus Golovkin next. You know, so who knows what's going to happen after that? Cotto, Rios. I hope to God that's just talk, because thinking about it gives me a headache as much as listening to all this, you know, drama that's going on between you guys, and it's kind of like, let's move on from that too. As for Garcia and Lomachenko, that seems like a good fight, a little bit more feasible fight than Garcia Thurman, because there's only one weight class separating the two fighters. But I would still favor Garcia, because to me he would still be the naturally bigger fighter. Lomachenko is more agile. I could see his movement and technical boxing giving him issues, but that power of Garcia would come up and probably help to mitigate that if he works the body. And to move on back to the border wars, early predictions, first week of 8. Obviously, a lot of work with Matt to get him ready for Steven Calderon. Steven Calderon looks really good on his hands, on his feet. Obviously, I got everything I need here to help get Matt ready. Some quality sparring partners, even called in my original trainer to help Matt. So we'll see what we can done in the next 7 weeks, because this is just 1 week. Same thing for Enrique versus Mario. This is just the first week. Obviously, you know, we haven't seen anything from Mario. All we've seen are him dropping some bars, and that doesn't tell us anything about the quality of his fighting. Enrique, on the other hand,
yo, let me interrupt you real quick, Santiago. And you know I do this shit with love, all right? Let me just say something real quick. And you know, I'm a victim here, MD. I want to apologize to you, because I always tell you, you know what, don't address people in the chat. But I want to say something real quick. I think for as long as Border Wars has been out, if there's anything you and I can agree on, is that we've been looking for a heavyweight or 175 pounder. We've been even willing to make our heavyweight go down to 175. Can we at least agree, for argument's sake, on that?
Sure. I guess, yeah.
Matt, can you confirm that we've been looking for a fight for Doomsday?
Yes.
All right. So This dude that will remain unnamed is allegedly a heavyweight, but didn't answer the call for that.
Oh, wait, I just want to clarify one thing. Doomsday is about 10 times more risky of a fight than you, Ness. Seriously.
Exactly.
So Doomsday would knock you out, Ness.
Exactly.
Destroy you.
Exactly, MD. And this person who will remain unnamed, you have obviously not been listening to the show long enough. He fights, but he's ducking a legitimate fight to fight me. And on top of that, like I said,
because you're a bigger name and you're easier to beat. So of course.
Okay.
But what does that even have to do with it? You wouldn't fight Doomsday. I know you guys are friends, but he would beat you. So I don't know how that's
and I didn't say no, but I'm saying we've been looking for a heavyweight fighter. Okay. Go ahead, Santiago.
Yes. First, and also, honestly, Envy, you gotta stop taking these things so goddamn
personal.
Because honestly, dude, these things are coming off so damn negative that people are obviously getting the negative impression. There are topics that you talk about that I agree with you. There are moments where you and Matt agree on a certain topic, and you guys are gonna be all like, "Matt, answer Matt's question," or it's like Matt's gonna be like, "No, I agree with MD 100%." But like the way that you conduct yourself on here, it's not good. Okay, you gotta control yourself. You gotta be professional. Okay.
I'm just saying it's easier from you. It's easier from you from the outside. You don't see everything that's happened and everything that's been going on. So I mean, I feel what you're saying, Santiago, but again, it's more complicated than you think.
I am sure it's more complicated, but that doesn't mean you can't have a level of professionalism on this. You're on air, you're live, people are listening to you. This is a public platform. What part of this doesn't make you think that this doesn't make you look bad? At the end of the day, you are a professional.
Because professionals get paid. Do you know what the definition of a professional? Do you know what the definition of a professional is? Look it up. Look it up, actually. Please look it up.
So, going back to my topic. First week, my initial picks, Steven, not Mario, Enrique, just because I haven't seen anything of Mario, and MD over Jose. That's my call.
All right, let's get out to Alex in Australia.
Hey boys, what's going on? Don't worry about what they're saying. Fuck it. This is drama. This is what I love about the sport. Back and forth, blah blah blah. Fuck, who cares? I don't worry about it, MD. Like, I can see what they mean. Sometimes you hijack calls too much and shit. But fuck, I love this kind of drama, bro. Hyping up fights and whatever. But man, whatever happens, you've always got my support. And yeah, that's about it. So just take it easy, guys, and keep the drama coming. I'm loving it and watching the videos now.
All right, Alex, thanks for calling in. Santiago, thanks for calling in. Let's get out to our ringer. Oh, my God. Not much of a ringer today, huh?
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Hey, yo, what up, man? It's like y'all knew I was coming, all that drama. Y'all good? Y'all good?
I'm good.
Oh, man, y'all need to be better than that, man. I'm going to tell y'all all I know, man. I know it ain't a lot of money involved in this, man, but we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That being said, I'm saying sometimes you do have to take, you know what I'm saying, your personal and set it to the side. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's, sometimes it's cool to be the negative dude. Sometimes you feel like everybody against you. But sometimes it's really just you against yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, LD, I don't like you, but I respect you. You know what I'm saying? And that should be enough. You know what I'm saying? So, because I don't really know what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? I've been at work. I just ended up working a 14-hour day. And I was looking forward, you know what I'm saying, to get to ride with my people. That's why I was so late on my ringer call. because I was too busy spazzing on niggas at work anyway. So maybe it's just in the air. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, maybe y'all should go stick out a weight class and get that shit on, man. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? But I saw the topics, man. You know, I know a lot of it seem more like rumor mill, you know what I'm saying, than everything else to me right now. So I'm gonna just let them be what they are. You know what I'm saying? I've already read up on those. This is really just me chatting with my family on Sunday, you know what I'm saying, like I usually do. So I just wanted to make sure y'all was good, you know what I'm saying, that at the end of the day, y'all remember, you know what I'm saying, that all that y'all doing, all that y'all going through, I know that it's not the biggest prize, but y'all doing it for us, man. And we as fans appreciate it. That's why Santiago was so adamant and passionate about making sure that you know to not let it get so far ahead of yourself that you forget that there's other people here that's with you, supporting you too, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't by yourself. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and that's why most of us are pleading with you, even though we can't stand you, we still respect you. Come to a TBV party, man, because then you'll see that we are just cool, man. And if nothing else, man, we appreciate having this platform to get down with each other. I'm communicating with cats in New York, California, and Miami. My man Alex over in Australia is pulling a cone for me right now. You know what I'm saying? My folks on the West Coast is getting down. My folks on the East Coast, this cat's up at 2 a.m. in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't talking about putting no gloves on, my man. Save all that chatter before y'all get off me. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about y'all boxes, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back on topic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting ready to send in my money so I can try to get that free ticket down there to watch somebody get their ass whooped anyway. So, and I do appreciate the drama because you know what I'm saying. I've seen all the workout videos on Patreon. If y'all ain't got on Patreon yet, get the dollar thing, get the $3, get them a $3 cup of coffee, man. You know, put 5 on it. You know what I'm saying, so that you can go on and get, you know what I'm saying, see what everybody else is talking about. Because you hear the drama building up, so you know this is gonna be that, you know what I'm saying, that border wars that you don't want to miss, people. My bad, I got a little excited. But it should have been past my 10 seconds a long time ago. So I'm going to end as I always do. You know what I'm saying? And say, please make sure that you like and share this and every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast, man. Fellas, I can't wait till the next show, man. I look forward to listening to y'all again, man. But get that shit together, man.
Got $5 cups of coffee.
All right, man.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw the fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab. Like Boxing Voice. Because if it comes to fight, then I'm going to look for it, man.
I saw the fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yo, I'm always accurate. You know what I'm saying? Canelo makes more money fighting Triple G. Mario gets more props fighting Casual Fan. And MD could have a half a smirk. And you know, Matt Hunter writes more news, and it's great. I'm here. What's up? There ain't no fights. I pull out books when there are a fight. Next week there's a great fight, and I will be there. And I will be here on Thursday to make my prediction, and on Sunday to not eat the crow. Yo, what up? What up? What up? Boxing Voice. What up, everybody? What's up?
What up, Cash?
What's up, Matt?
Hey there, brother.
BoxingMD. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
You are you in shape?
I mean, I'm never really out of shape.
I mean,
You seen him in the beach?
He's doing pull-ups on a fucking dead reef or some shit.
A reef.
Matt, Santiago, is that a topic?
Well, I mean, I'm always a topic, you know?
Yeah, definitely. BoxingMD, you got your hair's blowed out pretty well. Looks good. Blue eyes, shirt that match the eyes. What's going on?
Yo, Cash, why are you talking about his eyes and his shirt, man?
He's a good guy, good looking guy. Don't shrivel up your face, MD. What's up? Talk to us. Talk.
You want me to talk about my looks now?
You want to be tough about it? What's up? Talk about it. What you try to do?
No.
How's the gym? How's the sparring?
Yo, he got a fight already.
I know Jose's getting ready for him. Are you ready?
Exactly. And Ness is disrespecting one of TBV's most loyal, largest contributors who is willing to get in the ring with me. Ness needs to put respect on his name.
That's fine.
Yeah, MD fights for honor, yo.
Well, I made an agreement with him. I mean, Ness, if you made an agreement with somebody and you go, no, I'm not making this agreement because I have a better agreement, like if it was a legal, if it was a legal document, you would then be sued. But since Jose is a good contributor and a good caller and a good person, and I trust him, I have to honor his agreement. If anybody disagrees with that, then they have different morals and values than I do. But that's okay because some people do.
Who's disagreeing to what?
Ness is.
To what? What is Ness? It's Don King. What are you worried about? Trinidad agreed with Don King. Whoever Trinidad's opponent was did not care about Don King.
Triple G do like them fucking welterweights and junior middleweights. I know that.
Hey,
I mean, Ness could at least give me peanuts, right? You're serious? I mean, Don King at least gave his fighter peanuts, right? I mean, peanuts or anything?
Can I put my money?
A mic, Ness? A mic? A mixer?
Sennheiser mixer coming soon. Sennheiser microphone for MD coming soon. MD, can I put my money on you? Yes, no, maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't put your money on it.
Yo, you're doing a lot of stuttering all of a sudden. What's going on? You nervous, bro? Take a drink of water.
I'm just, kind of just losing focus on the show,
I know. No, you can't figure a way to dig yourself out that hole.
I'm just like losing interest in the show.
I know. I mean, I would lose interest too if I'm talking so much.
It's boring. No, it's boring, Ness. You're boring. You're boring. You're boring to me.
That's what
you just can't play that game.
I mean, you're just boring, Ness. Never even situated a heavy bag. You're saying that my
what are you afraid of then?
I'll just never see you hit a heavy bag. No. I think
what are you afraid of then?
Do you know how egotistical Ness is? He wouldn't put a picture of himself heavy bagging because he gets criticism of people going, "Oh my God, Ness can't fight. He looks like shit." And the fighters who, of course, you can't insult any of them, will look at this guy and be like, "This guy thinks he could fight." Ness don't want that footage on the air to get embarrassed. You don't want that.
You mean like the footage that over?
You don't want it. You don't want it.
6,000 people seen on YouTube.
You don't want it. 6 rounds on YouTube.
We went to a gym. I'm not talking about like a prestigious, nice, beautiful gym. It was like hood, and it was a 154-pounder kid that was like, "Yo, I fight anybody right now." He thought I was a fighter. I'm like, "Yo, why is this kid pressing me?" And Ness was loudmouth in the gym telling me to get in the ring with the kid, and I'm ignoring Ness. Like, Ness, let me just practice my fundamentals.
And Enrique, before MD even says anything.
Jim,
what was I saying though, Enrique? What was I saying?
Get me in the ring.
Thank you, because I ain't no fucking bitch.
And there was two big motherfuckers going at it.
And none of the motherfuckers asked to get in there with Ness, because I ain't no fucking bitch.
Because
Mouth sometimes don't want no problems.
Hold up.
No problems.
Mouth sometimes.
Alex was there. He whooped your ass.
And he ain't asked to get in either.
No,
he ain't asked to get in either.
But MD, mouth sometimes makes people step back. Don't be that person to step back.
Don't step back because of my mouth. You already said on air I'm all mouth.
But that's the reason why people don't challenge you, Ness, because you just bully people.
No, but
you bully. I'll smack you. I'll smack you. I have felonies. I'll smack you. That's what you say all the time, Ness. You bully people.
Challenge me. You can prove that it's all a lie.
I have a fight with Jose.
You can prove that I'm an act.
And then we'll talk about it because my future is not in this industry. We can talk about money, Ness. I'll fight you, Ness.
Cry me a river. Cry me a river.
We could talk about money, and then
we could talk you stuttering because you fucking scared. Because I ain't fucking Matt.
Why is he scared though?
Hey, Enrique, check it out. Enrique, let me give you some math. Enrique, let me give you some math. I weigh less, right? I weigh less than the 50 pounds he had over Matt, but he's still scared.
I do not have 50 pounds over Matt, first off.
That's scared, motherfucker. You scared.
Ness exaggerates the numbers to make him seem better. I mean, that's
hold on, Matt. Didn't he tell us he was 190?
When did I say 90?
I'm 130, 135.
180.
So that's still 50.
If he's 130 and you 180, that's 50 pounds. You scared, motherfucker. You scared.
Hold up. I showed a picture of some. I was talking to some people, and I was like, "Yeah, I got a spar." I'm texting. I'm ignoring them. I'm like, I'm in the text thread, going back and forth, and this kid, this dude, this person, this man was like, "Yo, why are you ignoring me?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm talking about boxing, blah blah." Blah. And I showed it. This was Friday night, and MD's picture with his headgear on looked real tough. The dude didn't know who I was fighting. I showed him this picture with Jose's figures of who wins the purse, and MD's picture was kind of threatening. So don't be scared, MD. You don't look scared. I believe you. I know you're serious.
Bottom line is, right? Bottom line is, if after the Jose fight, if I choose to fight Ness, which I might, I'm not saying I will. I'm not saying I won't. I'm not a pussy, Ness. But no. Are you gonna let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk? Or Ness is just gonna yell over me. This happens every single time we get in an argument.
Hey, check out.
Let me talk.
Mav. Check out another piece of math. I got like.
Are you gonna let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk? Or no? Ness is
20 years older than you. I'm like 20 years older than you. You should be able to beat up Bernard Hopkins because Sergey Kovalev.
Let me continue. I don't sit around and act like this tough dude who will smack around any person that lives and walks the streets, right? I act who I am. I defend myself and act who I am. That's you, Ness. You're the one who doesn't want to put footage of yourself boxing. You're the one who doesn't want it. So if I fought you and you look bad, it would destroy your tough guy reputation. I don't need a tough guy reputation. I have my own reputation. I have my future, right? This is not my future. You say that all the time to me, that your future is in something different. It's in medicine, which it is. So I have a future. So don't worry about my life. Worry about your life, okay? Please worry about your life and get your fucking boxing cred up and fight somebody that's reputable, close to your size. When I have a fight that's free, we could talk.
He did bully me, but not bully me, but like had that long reach jab on me. What I'm saying, MD, you don't have to be worried about who's pussy, who's not. I think you still maybe are too short to fight Ness if that's the next fight. I smell pussy. I think you need somebody like Steven Calderon. I smell pussy. Maybe like a Serve. No, Serve from New Jersey.
Who knows where I'll be after the next fight? I may choose not to do this anymore. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows, right? It's not
Ness may find better co-hosts. We'll see about that.
And all these people in the chat room. Yo, chat room.
Yo, MD's gone. MD saying he's quitting. Look, he quitting on air.
No, I'm saying I said Ness might find better co-hosts. Ness, ask for resumes. Ask for resumes. Find better co-hosts. I don't know. You might find somebody better than me.
Ain't about resume, man. We got meetings. We got meetings for all those chat room motherfuckers that think that we fronting. We got big meetings talking about drunk, talking about who can't fight, talking about who fat. Ain't nobody fat. Yo, I work harder than everybody.
Don't be hating on Enrique, yo.
We just eating. I eat steak. I'm giving up steak because I'm Christian for Lent. I'm giving up bread for Lent. I know there's Jewish people that listen to the show. I know there's Jewish panelists that's mad because they got fights and people getting in their head. BoxingMD is the truth. I believe all my chips are on you, BoxingMD. MD boxing. He got inboxes, DM.
All I know is
M's on.
I see people in the chat talking about they'll drop 20 pounds to fight MD. As much as he tried to rally the troops against me, nobody's talking about me. They talking about MD.
You know what? In the end of the day, MD is not scared. I mean, he went to Keith Thurman's gym. Nobody was there waiting for him. I smell pussy. The dude showed up.
Versus Matt, who's 50 pounds lighter.
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
It don't matter. He's still facing Jose, and he's in the.
Sir, I mean Ness. Like, I would love for you to take like one of the classes I took when I was like 14 years old, and you would be a pussy.
How about going to jail and fighting somebody in jail?
I mean,
Let's get to the callers.
That gets you a lot. That gets you far.
510, you're up. First time caller. 510, first time caller. All right. Jabron, what's going on? Start that over, Jabron. We missed you there. Start that over.
Oh, what's going on, BoxingVoice? With the Canelo Triple G situation with Money Mayweather and the numbers. I mean, at the end of the day, Canelo's the A side, and that's my opinion. He's the A side. He's bringing in the numbers. But MD did make a good point about the percentage. I'm not feeling that either. You know, these guys getting the small percentage. They throwing these numbers out there, and to casual fans and stuff, you be like, oh, wow, 10, 15 million, that's a lot of money. They should take the fight. But when you break down the percentage, that doesn't look good. But that's just my take on that. And the other topics, the big fights, man. I watched the stuff on Patreon. I'm liking the footage that everybody's putting in and the hard work and the dedication. I love you, Matt. You got a lot of heart, but you need to call Alex Ariza, quit smoking and pray, because Steve looked good. Man, he's ready. I don't think he got to train anymore.
I just want to point out that no, MD, you haven't attacked any of the other people on Patreon who think Steven looks good, but I think Steven looks good, and I got to get in the ring.
Because they're doing it for different reasons than you are. You're a manipulative twat, and they are doing it because they see it. You are fucking vindictive and manipulative.
But when I did it initially,
no, you are, Ness. Everybody sees it, but everybody's afraid of you except me. I could leave, Ness. I could leave the show.
But when I
did nothing,
when I did it initially in our personal text chat, why are you lying? It was just like me witnessing his talent and being like, holy shit. But your ego was
exactly what I said. You're a liar, Ness. You lie. You laugh because you all know your alternative motives for everything. You have alternative motives. You have ulterior motives for every little thing you do.
Feelings
you're manipulative. No, you're manipulative, Ness.
Ness as Larry Merchant. Larry Merchant was that guy.
But the problem is that Ness can't bend me because I'm 6 steps ahead of him. He doesn't get it.
Ness is Larry Merchant in my eyes.
Well, MD, I'm letting you know I'm not being Ness biased. If you go to the chat, as soon as the video was put up, I put the comments in there about Steve and how he looked and what Adam needs to do. So this is just me listening on the.
Oh, this has nothing. This has nothing to do with you. You could see that and say anything you want. I'm talking about Ness. If Ness,
I see, and it's biased.
If Ness was a different person and said the same thing, I would think entirely different. But he's not, so that's why I think differently.
Of course, because I'm a bad guy according to you.
No. You're not a bad guy. You're manipulative, and you do little things to incite things upon people. And I'm not your fucking bitch, and I'm not bending to you. And I call you out on your bullshit.
I'm
not your minion.
You're the one that got upset because I thought Steven looked good.
He is manipulative, but I'm trying to figure out, what are you mad about, MD?
That I said Steven looks good, and
I'm mad that Ness, right, wants me to try to lose so badly that he's not respecting the money that Jose put up. More money than anybody else, including Ness or anybody else, has put up for any fight, right? Straight up, out of his own pocket. And Ness is he wants me to lose so badly on air to sit there and laugh like a fucking bully. And first off, bullies don't get anywhere, Ness. So keep trying to act like this around people and see how they will continue to act towards you. So anyways, continue.
The saddest part is that you're the only one that's taking it serious. Everyone, read the chat, brother. You're the only one. Callers called in already and said, yo, stop taking things personal. The chat is telling you, MD,
because you're the one that has the propaganda tool, and you have people that work with you that suck your fucking dick, Ness. Come on. Come on, Ness. Come on. You know the truth.
You're the bad guy, bro. You're a very bad person.
Yeah. I'm a bad person, Ness. I'm a bad person, huh?
You've said a lot.
I'm a bad person, huh? How am I a bad person? Let's get on this road. How am I a bad person?
Yo, you said a lot of things on here. But we got your
yeah, I've said a lot of things on here.
We got your fighter. We got your fighter, the one that you're fighting for honor. For honor.
No, the one.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain cold, Norway. Shorty wants that foreplay. I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it.
TJ. Yo, first of all, let me just ring in on something and let me say something. I do respect MD for honoring his commitment with me, because the whole world might think I might be a stepping stone for him, but you know what? MD's got to honor his commitment, man. Just like when Andre Ward had to fight that bum. He beat that bum, and then he had a bigger fight on the horizon. So for now, MD's got to worry about that bum and see if I'm truly a bum or not. If I am, it'll be easy work for him, and then the fights that happen afterwards might happen. That's the champ's prerogative. Hey, maybe MD will beat me so bad that I'll be his advisor, and I'll help him out, and I'll tell him who to take and who not to take. So, yo, lay off my boy. Let
your own family is worried for you. Are they not?
Oh man, I told you, man. My mom was crying when she saw MD doing that shit on the reef. She's like, "Who is this animal? He's too strong,
and
too
your
young."
brother-in-law? And what about your brother-in-law?
Too young, too strong, too good looking. The whole world thinks he's gonna beat me, man. But you know what?
MD likes the cards. MD likes it like Triple G. He likes to have the advantage.
It's not an advantage. Yo, listen, at the end of the day, I'm just fucking around. I'm just saying that, man. At the end of the day, everyone that's with me, my brother-in-law was going to call in today, and he was going to tell you this, MD. He was going to tell you that real men, they don't work at the beach, man. They're here in the mountains, in the cold, in the snow, man. Not running around like Baywatch there in the beach, my friend. So I'm bringing the heat. And the only thing I don't want, and I'm hoping that you and Ness aren't in cahoots behind my back, and you guys are setting this up as a ploy. So when I beat you, you guys are going to say, oh, my mind was all derailed. Ness was messing around with me, So I'm hoping that's not the case, guys.
Dude,
I'm hoping you guys aren't using that as an excuse.
His ego won't allow him to, even come up with an excuse. He's only thinking win. You better
that's what I want. That's what I want. So from now until June, it's only 2 months away, guys. Reality is it's going to happen in a snap. So it's going to happen fast. And MD, whatever happens between us happens, and then the winner is going to survive. Like this whole Steven talk, first of all, we can't discount the fact that Matt may weigh 140 pounds.
Man, this is a boxing show. This is a boxing show. We make picks, and fucking Steven's knocking Matt out. Then he's going to be waiting patiently for...
We make picks. I make picks. Matt makes picks. Shut the fuck up, Ness. We don't make picks. We don't make picks. We don't make picks. We don't make picks. We don't make picks.
We made. Steven's got to make his way through the loser
I'm so happy you said that.
First.
I'm so
Don't make picks, Ness. Stop saying that. I won't bring it up, but don't lie. Don't lie in there, Ness. Don't lie there.
Hey, baby, I'm happy you said that. I'm happy you said that. Keep signing them checks, doggy. Keep signing them checks.
Right. So Steven's got to make his way up.
Signing what checks, Ness? Whoa, hold on. What checks, Ness? You said we make picks, and I said we don't make picks. That's it. What checks? Signing what checks? Don't lie on air.
Indeed, you're very hurt. It's okay. Do you need a titty to suck on, baby boy? Huh, baby boy? Has daddy's boy gotten upset? You can't get what you want?
Listen, you can't get what you want. I have what I want, which is Jose, because Jose asked me to fight. You can't get what you want because you can't get what you want because I'm not your minion, Ness. I'm not your minion, and I challenge you, Ness. I challenge you, and it scares you. It scared you. You and other hosts, it scares you, Ness. It scares you. I can't mend you.
Let's not forget one thing. Hold on, MD, let me talk. Let's not forget one thing. This fight between MD and I initially happened because I called in initially saying that I would front the money for MD versus you. And you're the one that said, no, that can't happen. Like, I honestly believe that MD's got what it takes to beat you, man.
So good. There you go. There you fucking go, MD. The man who wanted to fight you really wanted you to fight me, pussy boy. Step up. Step the fuck up.
No.
Step the fuck up.
No.
Step up.
Then he challenged me. So I fucking said, fuck that. I'm going to take him on now. So now MD's got to make it through me before he thinks of anybody else. Man.
Another easy fight. Another easy fight.
How is it easy? How is it easy, man? Yo, it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. We're going to see
Ask the guys in Patreon. Ask the guys that are following me. Ask Eric Cruz. Ask Christian. Ask the guys that are seeing my hard work. They know I'm gonna bring my A game, man. I'm a fucking prime athlete, my friend. I'm gonna bring it.
A fucking game. I'm the fucking A side. He don't want none of this fucking sauce looking for people to fight. That's some faggot shit. You know he ain't from nowhere real. When you asking other motherfuckers.
So be careful, Ness. We have Ness, we have sensitive callers. I can't say certain shit on air. You can't say the word faggot. But you can say whatever you want, Ness. You sound like a little Ness begs me to be politically correct on air, and he just uses those terms. I'm just letting people know. Hypocritical.
Yo, let's make sure we get this promotion off because we got to make sure this actually carries out.
I smell pussy.
The fights are done.
I smell pussy. I would take the fight. I'm old as hell. I got 4 kids. I'm old. Beat me up. Beat me up. Let him do it. He's younger. What he scared of?
Yo, we gotta respect the fact, man, that the belts are in Canada. You guys are gonna fight for no belts. No one wants to see a paper championship.
Dog, listen. Everybody's gonna pay for Canelo versus fucking Chavez.
Yeah, but hey, come on, man. You ain't no Chavez. You ain't no Canelo. Let's keep it real. You guys have to. You got to make your thing there too.
You ain't Adonis Stevenson. You ain't
and
Adonis Stevenson. You ain't Adonis Stevenson or David Lemieux until you prove it.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. You know what? I agree with MD, man. You're discounting Matty. You're even saying I ain't no fucking Matty. I ain't no Jose. You haven't even seen us yet, man. You gotta wait.
I seen all I need to see. And I know that Steven beats everybody. That's what I said, and that's why he's hurt. His feelings are hurt. You was in the same text. Why you didn't get hurt? Why you not taking offense?
Because I agree, Steven's good. But
exactly.
Don't forget, man,
but that's the problem. This ego fucking maniac is mad when anyone likes anyone other than him. He's fucking jealous.
Jose, you read the whole chat. Is Ness misleading that? Because that's not what happened at all. Like Nestor.
In a sense, I think what I guess everyone got excited because Steven he's got remarkable foot speed. He's got like the whole skipping thing. Like
no, not to MD. You see, Jose, not to MD. He discredited everything. He said, "Oh, Ness and his skipping, please. You think that means something?" He's such a fucking asshole. So because he was being an asshole, I said, "Well, if he's not good, fight him." Fight him then.
Yeah,
if his skipping ain't good and his fucking bag work ain't good and his speed work, his speed bag wasn't good, well, fight him. All you're doing is criticizing him because you a fucking hater and your ego was shattered.
After you said he would knock me out. You said he would stop me. Wait, Jose. Before I responded in the chat, one second. Before I responded in the chat, didn't Ness say he would stop MD? Didn't he say that?
No,
Jose.
But you know what the thing is though, MD?
Wait, no, Jose, answer that. Didn't he say that in the chat? Because that's what I was saying. I'm like, Ness is talking about me getting knocked out by Steven. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's ridiculous. He won't knock me out. I went 3 rounds with a guy that would knock Steven out, like I said, easily. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys are delusional. And Ness is an instigator. That's all I have to say about that.
Right? So I mean, you can't knock him because that's who he is. He's a confident guy. He's not going to accept and say, yeah, that guy's going to beat me. Just because Steven's got nice footwork and nice bag work doesn't mean that MD is going to lay down and just say, yeah, Steven's going to demolish me.
He don't have to. He don't have to, but he don't got to discredit Steven, who ain't even there to defend himself. Why he's shitting on his skipping and shitting on his bag work?
Did I say I look bad? Did I say you look shitty? I just said I wasn't like, oh, cool. Like I wasn't.
All your comments were smug. You know it. You was like
smug, like every single thing that comes out of your mouth with your little shitty ass laugh. We all know it. We all hear it, Ness.
You're hurt. Oh, cue the music. Cue the music, man. He's hurt.
Yo, just one question though. What did Matt say? Is Matt afraid of Steven? He's not. So it's the same thing. Matt
you don't gotta be afraid to get your ass whooped. You ain't gotta be afraid to get your ass whooped. Stop talking crazy.
Why? But that's discrediting Matt.
It ain't discrediting Matt, man. It ain't discrediting. This is a boxing show. We picking fights. I don't think he's gonna win.
You know what? I love Steven, but fuck Matt's heart, man. Steven's gonna actually have to put him out.
Matt had a lot of heart versus MD.
Yeah, but you know what though? Steven is a nice kid, man.
Listen,
to be able
it's just like any other boxer, Canadian Jose.
Lay him out, man.
It's just like any other boxer.
In the towel and fucking hit that guy. Matt's not gonna quit, man. Quit.
Yo, we taking this just like any other boxer, right? He suffered a loss. He got to prove that shit. Instead of proving it, he chose to talk shit. And then He ended up talking shit about a dude who's a sleeper. We didn't even know that Steve.
But Ness, Matt has such balls that even though after he saw that
balls
fight,
get
we all
broken.
offered him a way
Balls
out,
get
he
broken.
said, fuck no, I'm still gonna fight him. Right? That's the difference about Matt. Matt
Balls
didn't
get
take
broken.
the easy way out. If it would have been me, I would have said, fuck it, I don't want to fight that kid. I would have said it, and I'm being honest. But Matt said, no, fuck no, I'm still gonna fight him. I don't care. I talk trash, I'm gonna back it up. So we gotta give the guy credit and allow him to fucking fight his way out of the ring, man.
Yo, balls
I'm all
get
for
broken,
it.
doggy. Balls get broken. Fuck all that.
Well, at least he's got him, man. I got to give him credit. He's got him.
Jose.
Right? So, I mean.
Jose, you better stop worrying about Matt's heart and hope you have half the heart. Because MD, he's not going to lose. And it's not because he's fucking good. It's because his ego.
Exactly, man.
Jose sounds like he's not fighting MD.
I never said he wasn't. That's why I'm preparing as hard as I am, because MD's a winner. MD's not going to beat MD. I'm going to have to fucking beat the fuck out of him. You think MD? I think it's MD, man. He's a good guy and everything, but he's not going to go at me soft. He's going to try to fucking hurt me. And I'm going to have to do the same thing back to him to beat him. MD brings the real competition, man. He's a competitor and he's a winner.
Both his eyebrows are arched.
Best to myself, man.
What?
Yeah, what?
Night after night, I'm the only one on the whole show that has my face on camera. That's another thing. Let it be known. It's another thing. Let it be known.
Yo, what is he insinuating with that? He doesn't show up anywhere, but he's on camera. What are you insinuating?
Look who showed up.
I'm saying that I'm saying that
stupid, man. What does that mean? What does that mean? You're the only one that shows your camera, your face. Tell me. Explain it to the rest of us hosts, please.
That means that I'm here, that I put myself out here every show, and I don't hide behind a logo.
Okay. And what about the people that go to fights like me and Enrique and Matt?
Let's keep it real. Are you paying for my ticket in New York? Who's paying for my travel? Who's paying for my travel? Who's paying for my travel?
I think it's time you.
Who's paying for my travel? Who's paying for my travel? Exactly. So.
Oh my God.
Who's taking my classes when I'm not going there? Exactly.
Is this MD hour?
No, this is.
What are they called? Help me, because you know my vocabulary is horrible. You're so much smarter than me. What are they, grievances? Please tell me. What else do you have? I don't know. What else do you want to complain about? You need a suggestion.
You're the one who goes go to fights, and every single fight around here that I've been able to go to, I've gone, and you know that. It's fact. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't recall ever telling you to go to fights. I think I probably always ask you, do you want to cover?
Yeah, 100%. And I've been willing to and gone happily to the fights that I've gone to around this area. Right now, there's not that many fights around Gainesville, Florida. I could go to Orlando. I could go to Tampa. I could go to Jacksonville. There's no fights anywhere around here, Ness. So just because you live closer to New York City, you're on more fights, and the money that goes to the TBV obviously partially funds your travel to enhance the channel, right? So essentially, you're being paid to travel. It's part of your job, like you always say. I mean, you sound ridiculous, Ness. You want me to pay out of my pocket to go to a fight to prove to you I show face?
No, I want you not to try and make your hosts sound as if they're hiding from the viewing public and only boxing.
I was just saying that Enrique with his little Russian hat logo. Looks like I don't even know what the fuck was sitting there cheesing on me.
Problems, bro. You do.
What? I have what?
You have serious problems, man.
Russian hat.
Doesn't look like a Russian hat?
Yo, you're so sad, and it
looks like a Russian hat.
I wish I was closer just to hug you. I know is it that you need a hug, man. It's all right.
I need a hug, Ness?
You do.
Ness, I think you need a hug.
I mean, I get hugs over here, bro. I'm trying to give you one because I feel like you're hurt.
I get plenty. Listen, I have plenty of love and hugs in my life, Ness. I just call a spade when I call a spade. And
We need that young and made soundbite that every time MD.
Shout out to MD, man.
I'm gonna find out.
It's just right, yo. I mean, Enrique, let's keep another thing real.
What's up,
Yo, bro?
I know you can't.
Yo, look at how he starts. I know you can't.
I know you can't because he says no. He has.
You disrespect him like he doesn't have his own opinion. I know you can't.
What do you mean? I was going to say I know you can't show up to every single show like I do the time because you have a family.
Yeah, they hate, but they broke them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta mute my mic.
Yeah, I'm pretty, but I'm local.
All right.
Well, I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO, and you can catch my co-hosts.
Where they at? Where they at?
You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter and my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. Peace.
You can catch me on my Boxing Voice podcast. My Instagram is at Fight Talk. My Twitter is TBV _ casual fan. Where they at? Where they at, MD? MD's finished.
If you don't find me on social media, like whatever, like I don't care. That's the thing. Like I really don't care. I don't care. Like that's the thing. Crazy thing is I really don't care.
Medical help. You can find him at